And I'm short. Oh, come on. What is that? Baby! Good morning on a Tuesday. We're having a great morning right out of the gate. And we're late as shit because my dog decided to piss on my floor right beneath my desk while I took a shower.
Oh my god.
So I'm having an excellent morning. My coffee's already cold. That's lovely. I love that. That's awesome.
You could have had a golden shower today.
Hey!
You got me
shout
there.
out.
I missed out. Maybe I missed out.
You definitely did. You definitely.
Those of you who were here yesterday, I still don't know why the hell my computer crashed and ruined the feed. But luckily, we only had like 15 minutes left in the show anyway. I put my computer through the most violent stress testing for like 4 hours yesterday, trying to make it crash, and nothing crashed it. So I have no clue. It's not an isolated event either. This happened last month once, almost literally a month to the day. This happened, and I have no clue. I got nothing. All diagnostics fine. Computer's fine. The parts are fine.
Have you considered it might be the day of the month? Maybe it's your computer's time of the month.
The 20th is cursed, I guess. Dude, I got nothing. But hey, we're here now, and let's see if we can make it all the way to noon Eastern for once. I have my doubts. But since we didn't really get to do in any way, shape, or form the pre-market prep we usually do, we can just kind of
hang out for 2 minutes.
Shit. Just hang out till the market opens.
For 2 minutes.
I'll send out the tweet here in a minute to let the Twitter folks know we're live. Those of you who are already in here, you are goats, because there's not really any way to know we're live, because Twitter, as you all know, is top notch for streamers. It's great.
That's why your computer went down. Elon heard you talking about Twitter all the time. He's like, all right, I'm sending this dude a...
He said he uses his satellites to send a laser specifically to your computer. That's why he didn't know what happened. It's because it's a secret laser from the Elon satellite.
That checks out. It's more likely than anything else after all the tests I ran yesterday. So you're probably right at this point. Oh my god. But yeah, hey, how's it going?
It's a Tuesday, man.
I'm having a good morning.
It's a Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday.
Yeah, I remember we were talking yesterday about how it's like every morning's like it's one of those days kind of thing.
Yeah.
Stream, and now here we are.
Yeah,
and it's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday. Somebody will be like, well, actually, we're not streaming tomorrow, but
yeah. So tomorrow we're having a weird schedule this week. I was gonna go every single day this week. Yesterday got botched right at the end of the show from the crash. This morning got botched. Again, my dog pissed all over the floor right underneath my desk while I took a shower, so that didn't help for being on time. But tomorrow, instead of our normal show, we're gonna have nothing because I have to take the other dog to the vet because she hurt her only good leg. So I'm having an excellent week. I don't know about you guys. I didn't get shit done yesterday because I was working on my computer just I didn't get any answers. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, we will not have a show tomorrow, but we will be here Thursday and Friday at our normally allotted time, I hope.
But barring any
all right.
surprise.
Market is open. Bell has rung. Anthony's clicking random ass buttons, but I'm going to go to his screen anyway. And I think we can start up. Usually, I like to trade the open. A little pissy this morning, so I'm going to give it a few minutes before I try to join in whatever the hell that candle just was. Ripped up 50 points right out of the gate just to reject and come right back down. I'll be eyeballing my usual setups and looking at market maker gamma exposure on the Unusual Whales Periscope that you see on screen right now. And we'll fire off some trades while we take flow requests per usual. The normal segments of the day are already screwed, so we might as well just have fun with it.
It's a back testing week to get used to the Tuesday and Thursday schedule there.
Yeah, I mean, the times of the day I trade are all the same. Usually in the morning, that first hour and a half, 2 hours. So it'll still work out on the Tuesday, Thursday streams. Is there a way to contact you guys? Reach out to support@unusualwhales.com, homie. Support at unusualwhales.com if you need help with anything. That's how you get a hold of the homies at UW. We're vibing. Good morning. Welcome. If you guys
nice
just
big range.
Yeah, as always.
Again.
It is interesting to see all of those little pockets of positive gamma up above us. But right now, I'm eyeballing this 7495, 7500 to be pretty tough to get through. And we already see one rejection right out of the gate. That pop I talked about on NASDAQ. The S&Ps did that too. Rejected right at that positive gamma. Teeny little blip. A positive that we're sitting on top of, but it's not super significant, so I wonder if they just push through that. But right now, I'm hands off. Folks just getting in here, feel free to drop any tickers or flow that you want to see. We're new to the whole Tuesday, Thursday stuff, but we're going to give it the old college try. And today's just a little wonky. Again, this morning threw me off a bit. I'm taking a breather here before I start punting contracts back and forth on the NASDAQ. We'll start our flow request a little early. Prashant K on Twitter says, Tesla has some crazy premiums, so we might as well take a peek. I think Tesla premiums are usually always all over the place and kind of crazy, but maybe we have an outlier that's extra crazy. So let's head over to the good old-fashioned stock chart overview. Joe says the chop morning is going to be frustrating. Probably.
I like this setup. If I was brave, I would kind of go along. Look at that update, massive pop there on 7,500, 7,495, and all that upside gamma's growing there too. But I'm gonna let it settle for a little bit. But and you're kind of dropping off down here right now. I think we're gonna see a little bounce here. But let's go look at Tesla.
NASDAQ did hold a little support from the pre-market session on that drop, but they are running out of steam already.
Tesla. Let's see. What do we got right out of the gate? So we're up a nice 1.5% already on Tesla. Let's see. What do we got coming out of the gate here? Let's see. Nothing looking like an opening trade out of the gate here. Let's just kind of go in a little deeper here, see if we can find something. See if we can find something
I have
here.
So many monitors open right now just to see if something spikes that makes the computer crash. I'm so nervous about it. Because again, I spent 4.5 hours yesterday stress testing the hell out of this machine, putting it through an actual inferno, driving it well above its maximum thresholds just to make it crash, and it never crashed. I just wait for it to happen.
Oh, don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. Because it happened when I was doing a breakdown too. Like,
after Tesla, we have a Novo Nordisk request as well.
Yeah, let's
dive into Tesla. We can just be kind of like the fuck around Friday we did last week. Let's just look at flow today, and I'll take trades as they come. But man, I'm pissed off this morning.
Yeah, nothing really for opening trades, just a lot of volume against open interest names right now. Can take a peek at that heat zone quick though. Let's see. Heat zone. So that 3-day, yeah, look where all that kind of positive gamma is. It's slightly above us. You got a little negative gamma at 370. 370 is that highest spike in gamma there, so that negative gamma there, but you got positive gamma there. Could be a little interesting move. I mean, we're up $4 already on the day too. Let's see, what do we got? When's Tesla earnings next week? Yes, the 20. Oh no, tomorrow. Tesla earnings are tomorrow.
Shit.
Tomorrow afternoon. Yeah. Yeah. So I would.
Us, man. It's an earnings season.
For some reason I thought it was next week, but I know Google reports tomorrow, and then. I don't know why I thought Tesla. Okay, so, well, take everything with a grain of salt since Tesla is reporting earnings tomorrow. Absolute gamma's at 350, which is kind of far below us there. That's why you're probably seeing a lot of premium on Teslas, because we have earnings tomorrow on it there. We can take a peek at, since we're not doing a show tomorrow, just kind of look at the move on Tesla. Yeah, I mean, more recently, not too much on Tesla, but I mean, that Q3 and back, I mean, it hit its implied move, and it kind of favors that downside implied move there. So keep an eye out for anything. But yeah, I would treat all flow with a grain of salt with earnings tomorrow. That's just only issue with earnings is you're gonna see, a lot of hedging going on in there. That's
earnings flow is a mess on a normal name. When you get into these really high market caps, Tesla, Microsoft, Nvidia, it's really a mess around earnings.
Yeah, and Tesla's already a mess for flow, and then you add in earnings. Yeah, it's makes it fun, but just kind of looking at the last 14 days too. I mean, not too much there. I mean, you did get some put premium that came in, and price already it's kind of moved down on that, but yeah, maybe there'll be an interesting piece of flow for earnings, but again, just treat it all with a grain of salt. Treat it all with a grain of salt, just because who knows what Elon's gonna say during the call. Only
we
Elon.
are back in that negative gamma zone. I shorted it and forgot, and I'm looking at my screen right now, and I'm happy with the progress it's made. I'm going to take it off already. I'm not even going to walk through this one. I just had an order sitting up. I'll just flash on screen that I'm in so they know I'm not talking shit. We're almost to my target already. I'm just going to let it hit. I have a little bit of red from the overnight session, and this should just about get me back. We are green. Yep. I'm going to let this hit my target. There we go. We're out. That should put us up about 20 or 30 bucks. 35 bucks. I'll take it. We're down about $1.60 from the overnight session. Now we're up 35 bucks. So I'm not mad at all at that. Nice little scalp. I was just betting on it rejecting the top of this range that they formed in the pre-market session on the way up toward high a day. And they sure as shit did. So I went ahead and caught that one. Nice little scalpy poo. Let's see if they can take it to a new low of day. Turn my level here at 29,181 into resistance. Or if they're just going to flag this right back up. We'll see. That positive gamma up above us is massive. So I'm not going to jump right into another short here. I'm going to wait.
Yeah.
We're right in the middle. Even on the all expirations view, we're right in the middle of a wide negative gamma zone. There's no entry for me here. It gets a little dicey when you're in this wide range of negative gamma. It can accelerate one way or the other, and it's not up to us which way it goes. So I'm waiting to see which direction they pick. We have positive gamma down at 74.55, but this buildup at 7,500, way up at 75.30 especially, that's keeping me from chasing another trade after that win. So I'm going to see what kind of back tests they give me, see if I can't get back in another one on another gamma level rejection. But we're chilling. NASDAQ bounced right out of that. So I'm going to take this off my screen. If you are done with Tesla, we can dive into NVO. That was the other request that we got right out of the gate here.
Let's pop in there. I'm just mesmerized by the big spike up there. But not taking anything right here because that...
Do not advertise your shit in my chat, brother. Don't do that. That's going to get you banned, and we cannot unban people because Twitter sucks, so don't get banned. But Tucker, go ahead and delete those, but you don't have to ban him. Just don't spam your shit in my chat, bro. Don't do that. This ain't the place.
Yeah, that's like, just, oh god, frustrating. Like, go away. Go away. Get a job.
I'm sure he's chill. I'm sure he's chill. Yeah, that's fine. You can post results all you want. You don't have to spam my chat with it, dude. Don't do that. Don't do that. There's way too many pump and dump and scammers online for me to let even one slide. Nobody's allowed to do it. It doesn't matter. Nobody's allowed to do it.
What if Tucker tried it? What if Tucker tried it?
Ban.
Oh yeah, easy.
Instant. Tucker doesn't get the nice guy. He doesn't get the nice guy walkthrough of like, hey, don't do that, please. It's just a hard ban on Tucker.
This isn't bad.
It's just hard.
It's a ban. It's a ban, and then we shave his head. Live.
Yeah. We'll do the good old fashioned high school.
I'm trying to get you guys interested. This not helping.
Yeah, that's not helping. That's not gonna.
It's not helping, buddy.
That's not gonna do it. But yeah, we could just do some good old fashioned high school hazing and duct tape Tucker to a flagpole.
That'd be fun.
Jesus Christ, that's a crazy one. Holy crap.
That'd be
fun. Upside down too.
Yeah.
I like. Yeah. I like.
Well, this is what happens when we start streaming on Tuesdays, I guess.
Yeah.
Novo Nordisk.
Tuesday? Yeah.
Novo Nordisk.
So I just want to see when we have earnings on this thing. Let's see. Earnings, okay, August 5th. Let's take a peek. So last 14 days haven't had a ton of, put premium. We did have some call premium, but already have kind of made that move. Looks like they were kind of following up with that there. Today is kind of getting some, but again, I like popping out that 14-day just to see how it compares to the other day. So, I mean, it's slightly up here. We'll have to see, obviously, for 10 minutes into the day. Still got a long ways to go. But,
getting a lot of static from somewhere.
I hear somebody's mowing a lawn somewhere.
Oh, it's the leaf blower? Dude, he's back.
No, I think it's a lawnmower now, but
yeah, that's a lawnmower. I can tell my lawnmower. Tucker.
Back.
I can hear. It's a lawnmower, and it's not just any lawnmower. It's a 0-turn Toro. I can tell you that right now from that sound.
All right, you want to see? You want to see? Let's check.
Is he gonna actually show us?
Oh no, wait. Yeah, there's a guy out there. Look at him.
Hold on.
If it's a 0-turn Toro,
it
Tucker
says
has
Panda?
to seriously shave.
He's going for it. It's just all glare, dude. This is like A grade content.
It's so fucking bright.
This is like some Blair Witch stuff that you're trying to do to us right now.
Blair Witch?
It didn't make sense. We'll move on. Let's look at Novo Nordisk.
Okay, yeah.
The Glare Witch.
The Glare Witch, yeah.
Hey, okay. All right,
Novo Nordisk.
NVO here. I do see this nice spike on that 918.50 call, but there's a ton of open interest on this, so let's kind of take a peek. We also do have that 821, so these do both overlap earnings, which kind of not favorable, but yeah, this one we're probably not going to be able to find anything. I just wanted to pop it up and look. So again, kind of a good lesson here with that is when you see that, where the hell's my, I gotta go move the sprinkler after this one. Just me. Good example here. So I mean, like that volume here, like this looks like a clean entry here, but look at all that open interest. And then when you zoom out here, you there's no way to know who's doing what, if this is a new trade, if it's somebody taking off profits. Impossible to know, something like that there. So that one's out, but this 821.46.5 could be interesting. It's a brand new chain, 153 contracts, no open interest. They are in the money. I want to take a peek at these. So I don't think we're going to get contacts with that one. Yeah, it's just one of those big block trades. So I typically like to see kind of how that how the IV changes, spot price fills and all that. If there's
pattern here.
There you go.
Let's see if they stop me out on this one. A little bit of a risky entry. I still like it. I want to see if they're going to form another stair step like this last one when they tried to take that high of day out and failed. Literally the same pattern. I want this to be the new stair step. If it's not, my re-entry is not going to be up until about 29,200 evens. But that's okay. Let's see what they get me right here on this 1 minute candle. I'd like a new low. This isn't my target down here. That's just in case they randomly flush. I'll put my target way beyond my actual targets. On the off chance it just goes. You know what I mean? I usually will manually exit my trades. All right, give me a new low of day, and I will be out of here, and we'll get right back to Novo Nordisk. There's a new low intraday. I'll take it. That makes me happy. We are vibing 2 for 2 this morning. Scalping, Periscope, and price action, baby. Back to Novo Nordisk.
There you go. Yeah, so this one, it's a brand new, it's a opening trade. Obviously, it's 153 contracts against no open interest. One contract would have been an opening trade on this. So the only issue with it coming in is a block trade. I don't have really context around it. I like to see kind of some flow before and after it. And I mean, you're just kind of speculating here. It overlaps earnings. Like, is this earnings related? Is this looking for something before earnings? Is this post earnings? It's too much, and then you don't have context really with this flow. Besides, they're all fills at the ask at the same exact time, so it makes it a little difficult. Let's can check the heat zone on it though. Let's see, and earnings were, it was like August something. So we're gonna look at pre-earnings. So I mean, that 3-day view does look kind of good to the upside. You do have some positive gamma up there. Absolute gamma is 50, so it's going to act as the strongest magnet and pin. Put walls little bit below us here. So you got support down there. It's 47.50, and then your call wall, which is your resistance, is at 50. So maybe, I mean, maybe it's a teeny little chance for a little pop there, but again, kind of just pay attention here. So we're down 57 cents on the day. Look where we opened. 49.44. So again, once price kind of gets towards that positive gamma, you start seeing some suppression of that price. And you can see how we rejected kind of hard at that 49.5 there when that 50 is the absolute gamma. You're starting to come into that positive gamma here, and that 50 was your second kind of largest strike there. So you just see how that price kind of reacts once you get up there, and now it's coming back up again. We'll make an assumption. We'll probably, maybe, if we get up to this area, we're going to see a little suppression in that price at that time. And it can continue to go after that since we do have positive gamma above us. Though the only kind of chain I like on this one, though, is at 821. And you've got positive gamma at that 50 there. But that's a post-earnings one there. Yeah, that does not... could see a teeny little pop there. Look for some more flow to come in, maybe, because
it's kind of
there's not much out of the gate. Yeah,
and
not much out of the
chart wise,
gate.
it kind of like pushing into that gamma zone from underneath. Kind of not ideal. I would almost expect rejection there, personally. And I should have just left that short on. I'm gonna be honest, but rules are rules.
Is it still pumping? Oh.
No, we went right down
or
to where my hey if it just goes target was.
Well, I'm happy I didn't get longs. Again, that's why you don't trade in the middle of the zone, because you got that big whoosh down. I am eyeing that 74.55 though if we get down there.
Yeah, that's part of why I got into that second short, because of that buildup down below. The fact that we were accelerating through that negative gamma zone, which is what I like to see. Market makers rather, are selling into that downside pressure. In these negative gamma zones, these red bars, the theory behind it, and we see it happen plenty of times, so I trade it, is market makers will buy into upside pressure through negative gamma zones and sell into downside pressure through negative gamma zones. The fact that we had that buildup down at 74.50 and below at 74.35, while already accelerating through this negative gamma, is what got me to short that back test, and I'm still eyeballing it for others. Snorlax does a stream every Thursday
and Wednesday
at 2:30 Eastern time, and every Wednesday. Let me pop open the office hours here. This is going to change because we're going to do this show every day now, but every Wednesday, if you're in our show, leave it and go to unusualwhales.com/office hours. Click on this Zoom link and join it. You can do Q&A with Snorlax UW, the OG of Unusual Whales Options Flow. And he'll do general primers of the website, kind of like an onboarding session for beginners who are new to the platform or just have general questions about the platform or about options. That's going to be the place to go. That is the most beginner-friendly stream that we do, so I can't recommend that one enough. Otherwise, he does Thursdays at 2:30 Eastern, where it's just flow reviews like we do, a little bit more controlled and quieter. Definitely go to those two if you're a beginner trying to learn. We mostly fuck around and take live trades, showing how we use the tools in real time. He does a lot more educational than we do. But that said, if you have to move that sprinkler, I can go ahead and pull up this contract that Joe sent us as well quick.
That works for me. Perfect.
Cool. Get the hell out of here. Get.
Okay.
Go on, get.
1 second. Listen.
Go on, boy. Get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let me get my contract up right here. A Joe named Joe, another Unusual Whales affiliate and banger trader. You might see him every now and again on Fridays on the show when he slips in to annoy the hell out of Anthony with me. Sent this OKLO $46 call, expiring on 7/24. I just entered another short with the exact same pattern. If they stop this one out, we're still up nice, so I'm not even going to talk about it. We're going to look at this flow and let it happen. So... yeah, I mean, we got a clean opener here. We got 2,329 contracts, predominantly transacting at the ask right out of the gate this morning. What's OKLO up to even? Let me pop him open first. Let's see what we got going on. They got a nice little 4% up day right out of the gate here, and they're down from the initial pop. Interesting. But yeah, we know this is an opener because look at that open interest. It's just under 600 outstanding contracts, and we are up to over 2,000 volume on the day. Now, mind you, this one size right here of 900 isn't enough to be more than the volume that preceded it combined with the open interest. So that alone doesn't say yes for sure opening trade. Contextually, I'm going opening trade. No matter what, we have this volume. 2,300 now. There's a little bit more trailing in here. Itty bitty ones. About 100 contracts each there. But just because we're filling at the ask, we have a nice little pop in the implied volatility. 46 isn't particularly that far out of the money at this point. They almost made it to 44 right out of the gate this morning. I'm going with openers on these. Now, they're very short dated. 7% out of the money at this point. That gives me a little bit of pause. But I like the way they filled. 79 within a bid-ask spread of 67 and 79. There's no mid-fill. Pretty clean at the ask. Like I said, we had an initial pop in implied volatility as these came in. Price stayed the same. IV still went up. I'm leaning openers on these, and I'm still leaning ask side, though I don't know if I would play it with how short dated they are. If these were really far out of the money, at ask notwithstanding, I would lean towards sold to open just because of how close to expiration they are. But they're pretty close to, I mean, 7%'s not, you know, it's not a pipe dream type thing. I just really don't like the 3 days to expiration on those, personally. That gives me a little bit of pause. What were you looking at with those, Joe? Joe was already in them. Joe's the whale. Clicking around. I'm going to pop back open to this overview on OKLO and see if there's anything else that Not really, Joe. That's the only active contract, too. It's the only active contract for the day. We've got these $90 calls that are really far out, these $200 calls that are really far out. I mean, a year and a half out for the $200 calls with a ton of open interest on them. But I mean, come on, there's nothing really to talk about there. Just this $46 call today. I still lean BTO, even though they're a bit out of the money and 3 days to expiration. Anthony, what do you think? You want to pull up these Oklos and give your little side read on it?
There was an Oklo from yesterday, actually.
Was there?
Yeah, I got this guy right here, that 731 43
those are in the
call.
money now.
196 up to, yeah, big pop on those. I saw those yesterday.
Yeah, these 46s, I mean, they expire in 3 days. That gives me a little pause to say long, but they look long, man. They really do. The 46 is for Friday.
46 is for Friday.
Yeah.
Oklo 46. Friday. 6% out of probably trying to chase that momentum today, I'm guessing.
What it feels like, right? Like, if they were farther out of the money, like 15, 20, 30% out of the money, I would be saying short. But look at that IV pop as the orders come in.
Yeah, that's a big
clean
pop.
ask fills. Like, yeah, there's a descending fill, but that's only because the bid-ask spread's dropping. And you'll see as you get to the top of the orders, we get one fat one when it's trading at 43.13 of about 900 contracts.
Yeah. That's I see what you mean.
Yeah.
It's I want to, my guess is it's a momentum chaser. So like, let me look at it here quick too. So yeah, you get the big spike in IV like you're talking about. I don't like that descending fill.
I don't hate it though, because
that.
it's just a product.
307.
It's just a product of the bid-ask spread changing. They're not descending fill within the bid-ask spread. The bid-ask spread's changing with the price. You see it bounce right back up there too. As the price rises, so does the bid-ask spread, and they still fill at the ask. So it's got descending fill and ascending fill right after.
I'm curious.
I wouldn't play it. Like, to be clear, this is way too close dated.
Yeah.
There's already momentum on it. You know. I wouldn't play this with 3 days to expiration. But I'm
and your IV's kind of bouncing around too in there. I mean, just kind of basing it off today's movement right now. I mean, what are we up? Almost 5%. Yeah, they're probably trying to chase it as a momentum trade. Because I mean, you're not going to swing a 6% out of the money contract.
Not with 3 days expiration. I'm not. If these were monthlies, I'd like it a lot more. but they expire in 3 days. I don't love it.
Yeah, look at the fade on those. Well, it's got a strong delta, so I mean, you
yeah, Twitch is
survive.
Dead. The Twitch is dead, my sweet Pepe friend. We haven't streamed on Twitch in like 2 years. That's kind of my fault. Twitch is basically dead, but we're doing it again. There's still some old timers that come in from the old days that hang out with us in there. So I'm gonna keep it going. If it builds up, great. If it doesn't, oh well. It's all right.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably lean buy to that big order. That 900 order is your big spike there too. I'd probably lean buy to open on them, and because I had found that good Oklo flow yesterday, so I'm like, yeah, that looks good. So I mean, I just kind of knowing that there was a flow yesterday, we're up pretty nicely today. It's probably a momentum chaser. I would assume buys. A little tough though when that stock's up 5.5% already.
It feels like a straight up chaser. 3 days expiration, nice momentum on the day. It feels like someone's like, hey, I want to nibble on that too. I did get stopped out of that short, which is really unfortunate.
Did you? I haven't even looked at Periscope. Oh, we're just back in the middle of that negative gamma again.
Yeah, we just set a new intraday low on NASDAQ too. I got stopped out basically to the tick at 29,178.
Look at market tide right now. It's again, so kind of a little learning point again here too. This looks like an extremely bullish market tide, but look at you got two names contributing to it. So it's there's not much.
Go ahead and hover that again. I had our cameras in front of it.
Yeah, this is 92 million going into that. Yeah, about 90 million each. Yeah, so
they are all of the net call premium. They're all of it.
Yeah, there's
I agree with you, Pepe, man. I agree with you. He said that Twitch CEO, he a weirdo. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, that's why. So like, I know you can switch obviously between like the number version and this. I like the visual. I like having the visual up, man. I'm more of a visual learner and kind of observer because it's easier to look at that. Like if you had to sit here and look at the numbers, you're like, oh well, it's 67 million, you got 90 million, oh then there's nothing. Like you're doing more math almost there. Like here you just get that clean view. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a good setup today. I mean, unless we start seeing some names contribute either one way or the other.
Now, my stair steps to the downside are still working, but I don't like how the S&Ps are really hanging on to the middle of this net gamma or this negative net gamma range. So I'm waiting for full back tests to get back in. And this time I won't get shaken out. I'll set my stop a little bit wider. I had the right read, played it wrong, and that happens. You're not going to win every time, trust me. And if anyone says they do, they are lying to you. That's not a thing.
I wish you could.
I was trade, win it, and then never trade again. 100% win rate's not real.
Little side quest.
Except that Burlington Coat Factory guy is like a 90-something% win rate. To be fair, the guy that's
well, that SpaceX out of the money call seller too. I mean, that's
true.
As of right now,
constantly shorting $330 calls. Intel's on the docket, Kayla. Don't worry. Kalia.
I'll start popping up some of these. When I went and moved the sprinkler because I had to get a new bagger for my mower, it was already out there. I was like, geez, I just ordered that thing yesterday. I'm like, hey, thank you. All right, let me pop up. So you didn't do XOM or anything?
No.
Here. Okay, all right.
I just got stopped out of a short and talked about Oklo.
Yeah, I had to move that stupid thing in the garage, man. Heavy. XOM here. Quick. So earnings on the 31st here. Oil, I always say just kind of be aware what's going on like macro wise, geopolitical wise, because oil's really linked to tensions, all that stuff. I thought oil had a little gap up last night, I believe, and that's what's kind of making oh man, we are popping in the market.
Yeah. This is why I didn't chase. But we're waiting. We're pushing through that negative gamma now. I think it's interesting seeing those put premiums still going, though. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, XOM here. I mean, I'm seeing ask side call and put premiums coming in. That net volume is positive though. I'm not seeing much for contracts off the bat here. Just all that volume's a lot lighter than open interest, so we're not seeing anything that's confirmed opening right now. We can do a heat zone check on it though.
Yeah, and then
3
we
days.
actually have a straight up request for heat zone specifically on another ticker for after.
Cool. The 724 expiration, there is a lot of positive gamma up there at 150, 152 and a half, and 160. Like, this is what I like to see with the heat zones. That price is pretty far away from it. Now, just one thing with that too. Look what happened when we came up to 150 there. There's your 150, and you see him kind of sell into that move there. And again, here's your 150. We come up here, price kind of hits that, and you see it kind of sell off there. Again, it acts as a magnet, then kind of resistance. I keep going back to the analogy there of like it's a magnet, and then your pull switch on it, and it pushes it away once it gets closer. That's kind of the way that I like to think about it. Yeah, so I mean, just kind of keep that with a grain of salt that we've already came up and hit those high gamma levels.
Grain of salt. Get real messed up.
Take a shot of salt. Get a shot and go.
Oh,
don't put that.
Now I'm gonna change it to a grain of sand. So you.
Oh God.
But yeah, we already kind of came up and hit that 150. Keep that in mind. So, yes, it could still kind of gravitate up towards that. You just look at that put wall here. I mean, we're in that put wall, and you just kind of see how that price has reacted when we're in those zones there.
I got to interrupt. My short is playing out again. Same pattern, stair step down. If we don't set a new low, I'm going to flatten it. Otherwise, my profit takes right at that new low. We're up about 250 right now on account A. If it hits my target, we'll be done for the day already and just jump right into straight up flow reads. Let's see if they give me my glory from that stop out earlier and I missed the whole move. This should get me. I'm about to play the close enough game if this bounces out. And we're in it, baby! Done scalping for the morning already, folks. This is why I fucking love Periscope. Oh my God. Oh God. If you're not on that 1 minute Periscope, gang, we gotta get you on. I will never trade without it again. But again, literally the same pattern. It just went a little bit higher than I would like. My stop stayed right above that wick they printed on that 181 rejection. That was my entry. Stop right above it, and we caught the whole move down to a new low of day there. I am gonna be good and caller done for the day at plus 340 on this account. No complaints from me. Keep your flow requests coming, folks. I'll have a video coming out this week, assuming my computer doesn't crash again, on exactly how I do my shorts. Because basically all I do is short. I suck at longs. I get shaken out of them every time. So you know what? I don't bother. It is what it is. I'm good at shorts. It's what I do. That's all I'm gonna do.
Hey,
I'll let Anthony handle longing because he catches those. He catches reversals pretty damn good, but he also gets shaken out because he's usually doing intraday options, and I got him on the futures train, so he's been practicing with it. But
so,
I think he'll get there, dude. You're gonna be printing. We're gonna have a futures dedicated show in the near future. Take a shot every time I say futures.
Yeah, people, you're gonna have the whole audience hammered by 9:30 here, man. Yeah, so XOM there. I mean, you've already kind of came up, hit that gamma. We are in some supportive spots here. I'd keep an eye out for flow. Your call premiums are picking up a little bit again there. Put premiums are tailing off. So again, we're kind of coming up to that 150-ish. Well, we are at that 150 right now, so I'd be curious to see what price does here. Are we going to continue through to some of those higher gamma levels here, because you do have a little attention on that 152.5 and 160 above us, or are we going to kind of reject here around that 150 again? So this is one we could come back and take a peek and see what that price kind of does with this one here. I don't want to sit here for the whole show and kind of, Hey, let's watch that. I do like the fact that call premiums are picking up with this right now as well.
Joe, I passed that on to the team, by the way, homie. That is an excellent idea if it doesn't exist.
I was like, SpaceX is up big there.
Yeah, relative.
Here.
Go ahead and throw SpaceX on the all-time chart. We'll see if it's up big.
Yeah, I just wanted to get kind of a little easier chart to look at there. Yes, I mean, there's your 150. We're kind of coming up to there again, and you're kind of seeing that price slow down a little bit there. So yeah, I'm curious to see what we do when we come up through here. All right, so then it looks like we have MDLZ here, or
real quick, semi-breaking news. We might see some headline risk wiggle going into the remainder of our day. There's a lot of shit hitting the feed on drones and missiles being fired. There is a report that Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has claimed it launched cruise missiles at Amazon's central data infrastructure in Bahrain, and Kuwait currently responding to Iranian drones and missiles. So if you're scalping today, luckily I'm done for the day. Sometimes that volatility can be a good thing. Other times it can absolutely rip your asshole open, and we don't want that. So just be safe. And watch out for Trump tweet yeets, because if he starts talking some shit about the current strife happening this morning, the market's going to respond to it. So stay safe out there. I just wanted to drop those little tidbits for those unaware. Shit's going down, unfortunately.
Yeah. Them data center. They don't like those data centers over there, man. Going after those data centers.
I don't think people like them here either, to be honest. They kind of fuck up. They kind of fuck up the water supply of cities. I am not a fan of the data center shit personally, but what do I know? I'm just some bitch.
That is here.
Right, let's do.
I've got the MDLZ.
Yeah, let's do that
here.
read quick, and then let's do an overall kind of blanket look at Intel. We've got a homie on YouTube that's champing at the bit, baby.
Okay. Cool. MDLZ here. I'm not seeing much for volume today. A lot of these are pretty longer dated here. A couple of these are a little shorter dated. But I just want to see what this guy is here. Let's take a peek. When did this come in here? Yeah, not really a signal on this one here. You got 3,000 contracts. It's a mid-end bid fill. There's 22% out of the money. 178 days out. That's a little far. Let me just go over to the main overview page here. So if we look at our premiums here, I mean, you got the big spike in that put premium there, and then just haven't dropped. It's been a lot of kind of gaps in this one, it looks like. Yeah, not much for flow today. These puts are still in. I don't know if they're directional, if they're multi-leg. Let's just see. Just kind of looking at this here. I mean, I'd read that as a buy. You get a nice IV spike when they come in. Spot is filling the ask. So we do have earnings in 7 days. So a lot of, I think everything here with any significant volume on it. Yeah, everything on here right now with significant volume and open interest expires after earnings. So that kind of skews the read a little bit. Heat zone here. Oh, you got support about at 48, 19.5% below us there. Call wall 17.5% above us there. Yeah, we're kind of right in the middle there. I mean, your 3-day view here, you got a lot of positive gamma on 63 up there. What were we trading at a high today? It's 60, so not super close, but kind of got up there. Negative gamma on that 31-day, 57.5. Yeah, that's by far your biggest kind of dollar hedging figure here is that 57.5 negative gamma on 821. Other than that, not seeing too much. Your absolute gamma is also below us at 57.5. But yeah, just kind of look where we are on this chart. Let me flip it over here. Here's where our spot price is. We have a ton of net gamma on the call side above us and a ton of net gamma on the put side of us. This is almost an either way move here, especially with earnings kind of coming up. I would kind of maybe back off on something like this, personally at least. But yeah, nothing really for flow on that one here. And then what was the one you wanted the overview on again there, Nick?
Intel, baby.
Intel. So I did see. Oops. Let me click.
Dude, I want to keep scalping these shorts, but I already hit my profit target for the morning. I mean, what a problem to have, right? Like, we caught the Periscope trades, 3 out of 4. Only got stopped out of 1. I started the day negative $1.80. Got that back on the first trade of the morning. I have no complaints to complain about here, but man, do I want to keep going. Gotta fight the urge. Gotta fight the urge.
Before I dive into like the big overview on Intel here, I did have these 731-100 puts hit my feed here. Good heavy size, big premium. We have earnings in 2 days, so let's keep that in mind. These are already printing 735 up to 779 already. Probably look good, I'm sure too. I just when there's flow coming in for earnings, I just kind of hey, it's flow, it's earnings flow. Who knows? I mean, these actually have an IV decrease when they come in.
And people really love Weeble flow lately. We'll add that one to the docket too, and I'll as always bitch and moan about Weeble.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, it's just that IV decrease when it comes in and that stock price is up, so that can kind of offset that IV drop there. IV is going to be really high on these anyways with earnings coming up. Let's go to the main overview page now. So Intel, actually, I had a bullish read going on into the week with Intel here before earnings.
This guy on Twitch's name is really funny.
Oh no.
Kim Jong the illest. Sorry, that's just funny to me. That cracked me up. But I'm adding your contract request to the docket, Kim. Thanks for chilling with us, man.
That's funny.
More Intel, baby. Let's go.
That's fun.
Yeah, if you attend the Snorlax streams, those interruptions don't happen. That's all I'm gonna say. Definitely go to those.
Going into this week though, I had a bullish read on Intel here because of that Friday net call premium. Look at that Friday. That was the first day of
a little bit of a juice.
First day of ask side call premium in like 30 sessions here. I mean, look at that. Then you have the one finally, and then the heavy positive net volume, and we actually kind of circled up. And let me go over to this. So let's go back to Friday's flow.
Ooh.
Oh, it won't stop. So we're actually looking. Ignore the 717 because this is Friday, so it's showing that expiration still. But like if you look at the heat zone here, like that 7-day out one, good positive gamma up there. Lots of the 5-day one is the one that really stuck out here. There is not much in between or below us here. All that positive gamma up there at 100, and hey, look where we're at right now. Always kind of funny how that works out there. Yeah, that's one that I was eyeing going into the week here. A lot of acceleration you're sitting on though, so it could be a little scary with earnings. But let's see if we got anything else for flow coming in today. Oh god, no, don't get stuck in my head again. Get out of my head. Dude, that song was stuck in my head for a week. Song was stuck in my head for a week after this idiot said it. God, dude, getting stuff stuck in my head, man. Just like,
here's my little NASDAQ mug. We're already done scalping for the day on the Nazi. I got no complaints other than my dog pissing on my floor this morning. I'm complaining about that still. That sucks. Now I need a new rug.
Just clean it. Like, use a rag and some soap.
It's just a black throw rug under my desk, and he destroyed it. Man, I'm not just gonna clean it. I'm not gonna bust out a carpet shampooer for a throw rug, man.
You know what you should have did? You should have just like kept it there for the show, and then like how when you like splash in rain puddles, you could have like splashed in piss puddles for the show.
Hey, look, another stair step short happening, and I'm not taking it because I'm being good and taking my gains for the day and riding into the sunset at 9:15 a.m. Just look at this, though. If you guys are still scalping, like I said, careful of that headline risk. There's shit happening overseas this morning. Not fun, not lovely, but as soon as Trump says something about it, I imagine we're going to get some weird-ass shit in price action. One of those dumbass 300-point candles for no reason, probably. It does kind of look like, again, though, Anthony, that they're starting to just walk us back down toward my purple line of glory, down at 28,923. If they get all the way down there again, I wonder if they'll end up flushing it like they did yesterday, because that was a fun trade. We had some good trades yesterday. Again, it's the same pattern we've been trading today. Those stair steps down and to the right. We're still in that wide negative gamma range on S&P. It's not looking lovely. It's looking like another 1.5% pop into a spicy downside drop, just like we had yesterday.
We've had that the last good week. I mean, we've had that, morning pop, and it's looking good, and then just puke.
Yeah,
market pukes then.
But I'm already, again, we hit our profit target of 300 for the day on this account. I'm done scalping, but I'll chime in every now and again to give a gamma read for those of you who are still going for it. But right now, the pattern is still stair steps. They didn't quite make a new low here quite yet, but I wouldn't be in any way, shape, or form shocked if they go for it. Buyers are not in control at all. But I'll chime in with that every now and again. Let's finish up Intel and then start diving into some of these contracts. Some of the folks on Twitch and Twitter are giving us actual contracts to look at, so that's nice.
Hey, yeah, thank you for the actual contracts. Makes it
a little
lot easier.
A little more fun.
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at the tape here. A lot of volume. Obviously, we have earnings in 2 days? Yes, 2 days there. There's going to be a lot of volume going into these.
Yeah, we're going to see some
really
spice. And it might not even, you might not even see clean directional flow with earnings right around the corner here. You're probably going to see a lot of like 50 to 70% bidder ask. It's not going to be the cleanest on Intel.
Yeah, I tried to filter that down there, got rid of the high multi-leg stuff, and whittled down that, and I mean, it's still messy. But yeah, I'm happy somebody brought up Intel there, because that was one of the bullish reads I had going into the week. Yeah, that back to Fridays. That 5-day on Friday there. Yeah, that was, I mean, when there's nothing in the middle there and you just got, oh, look at that little piece of candy up there, huh? Interesting.
A little nibble.
Yeah, that was I didn't take them because I usually back off during that kind of 2-week heavy earnings period. Yes, I know you can still trade, but I don't want to get caught in something where if Tesla reports and just absolutely gets nuked and takes the whole market down, I don't want to be in calls on something like that. You don't need to trade every day. That's a thing. That's a thing. So yes, I do take 4 weeks off a year, if you're asking correctly. That is in my contract negotiations for certain things. Let's see. All right, let's keep going down here. Looks like Tucker dropped us. Oh, we looked at the oak lows already for Joe. Let's see. Just scrolling down. How about this guy? Oh, we did Intel already. The 109 call. Oh, it was an actual contract too. Let me check that contract. Yeah, not much going on today. You see that volume's only 264. Open interest is 2,100. So, like if you look at it on the daily view and just ignore the numbers, yes, it might kind of look clean. But again, who knows? Like if you pop the time out there, I don't know where this 251 contracts are coming from. I almost assume that would be coming from that guy from 715, because you had 1,800 and you haven't really seen much go on there. It looks like some contracts passing hands more than anything, because you're seeing volume on the days and not big changes in the open interest. So yeah, I wouldn't kind of base anything off that there. All right, let's see. VSAT. Let's see. Take a peek at our premiums. Kind of flat here. Got some big spikes in that call premium back there on 7.8, 7.10, and 7.16. The thing I like about this is you haven't really seen that price move with it. let's go back and look at 7-8 here. I want to see what that is because it could be multi-leg. Again, don't just
S&Ps
take
are
trades.
finally ripping toward the top end. Ooh, that didn't work. Toward the top end of that negative gamma range. This is what I was talking about earlier. They tend to sell through negative gamma into selling pressure and buy into upside pressure through these negative gamma zones. If I were still trading, I probably would be eyeballing a short with a tight stop around here to see if they get another back test through this negative gamma zone. But for the first time this morning, buyers took control off of that low they set. The NASDAQ failed to set a new low on that stair step I mentioned earlier. Let's see if this rejection gives them another stab at a new low. But they held a higher low on that last trip down. The last stair step we traded, they made a new low. Then this one did not form the stair. Let's see if this is the step for those of you still trying to short this. But like I said, be careful today. Lots of headline risk in general with Trump's presidency, but today especially, missiles be flying, people talking about bombing data centers and shit. Be careful. One Trump tweet can send it 300 points in one direction or another in literal seconds. We've watched it happen on the show 3 times in the last 3 weeks. So be careful. Be careful out there if you're still trading this morning. Just wanted to give a quick little game update for the homies, even though I'm done trading for the morning.
I don't like that range. I don't like that range. I'm expecting maybe a headline because, oh, God, they're still building up there now. Oh, boy. I like the long setup here, but I don't like where we're at to get into the long setup there. We'll see. All right, let me go back to VSAT here. So that 918 130 call and 100 call. So again, we saw that big spike in call premium back here on that day. So this is what's contributing to that here. And I bet you if we look at it here, oh, we got to go back. So 630. So it's a big multi-leg, and it's a goofy 3-legger here with, so probably open. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think this one is here, Nick? You got 2 bids and an ask. It's a 3-legger.
I don't like it. Anytime we get into like really weird spreads, I write it off because I don't want to have to speculate too much. And if you look at those fills, they're not clean. The fill prices aren't clean. Within those bid-ask spreads, all of the bid-ask spreads are wide as shit. We have this one, the $130 call for 918, a 260 bid, a 430 ask, and the filling at 334. There's no sidedness on any of these contracts. Like, yeah, the 890 is closer to 960 than it is to 8, but it's pretty damn close to a mid-fill. Not clean. If it's not clean, I don't speculate. This could be a spread. Part of this contracts could be rolling even. It's a
lot going on.
I don't.
It's a lot going on. And again,
it almost looks like a ratio spread combined with a long, but like almost is not good enough for me. If I have to think too hard, I move on.
You're already speculating if somebody's buying or selling something just based off of what's in there.
If you're adding extra steps to something, move on to another one, in my opinion.
So to go back to that again, now, like if you're just looking at net call premiums, that you'd see that they're on the 8th, and you're like, hey, look, it's a big ask side spike, and it's we looked at what caused that there, and we didn't really get a true direction out of it. So I mean, again, if you see these big spikes, like yes, they can help you maybe find a potential setup, but just go in and see what's causing that. Now let's go look at the 10th here and see what happens. So again, just face value look like, oh hey, it's bullish. Let's take a look at it here.
And that's finally holding higher lows and higher highs on the 3 minutes. So if you're still eyeballing shorts, just keep your stops nice and safe. Be careful. I would like to see another rejection and trip back down toward lows, but right now volume is dried up a teensy bit on the NASDAQ, and buyers are currently trying to take control until they get above 29,181 and hold it. I'm not convinced of a reversal, but we are finally near the top end of that negative gamma zone for the first time since the open. So just be safe. And again, as always, headline risk is very real today.
Yeah, so that big secondary spike that we saw on the VSATs there, well, here it is. There's your big spike there. And again, it's another kind of goofy looking spread here. I am curious I've never seen this pop up on my feed here. Why do we have an information thing right next to this one, but nothing else? I've never seen that before. I've never seen that come up on the site before.
I have no idea, but those contracts are also expired.
Yes. Oh, maybe. Yeah, but I mean, this one does not. This one's expired and it's not showing it. So
Yeah, I got no idea.
I'm curious. I'm curious, George.
That's together strong.
I don't know, but again, so kind of back to what I was saying here. There's that second big spike that we were looking at there. So again, you're seeing this. You're like, oh, bullish, bullish, bullish. How come we're not going up? Well, they're big, goofy spreads, multi-leg trades that are getting put on. Who knows what they're doing? They might. It's hard to know with the multi-leg stuff, but just kind of looking at today here. Not really seeing too much volume-wise. This big volume one here, it's a big no side trade in here. No side, probably cross trade here. Bet you anything. Oh, look at that. Mid-fill cross trade. Yeah, that is a nothing burger on that one.
I'll drop a link here in a second to cross trades for the uninitiated. And this article also breaks down why I tend to ignore them unless there's a lot of context with other flow. Cross trades are kind of preordained. They are agreed upon between both parties. They're going to happen regardless of price action, regardless of fundamentals. They're going to happen. So they're I don't care about cross trades unless I have other flow contextually around it. So take a peek at that article I just shared in all of the chats later on or now. It doesn't matter. Just give it a read. Understand cross trades, why I personally write them off unless there is a lot of other stuff going on around it that let me lean one way or the other. They're not really directional on the surface, I guess, is to summarize. Not a big fan of cross trades.
Yeah, no, especially cross trades that fill the mid. Like that's absolutely not. VSAT, what did we see when earnings were on this one? Probably, I just forgot. Let's see, 8.4. So, oops, back to the gamma here. So 8.4 here. So I'm not seeing much. I mean, all our expirations are post earnings anyways. That 9.18 expiration does kind of grab my attention. This is your highest kind of dollar figure, as well as that 12.18. So we can take a peek at it. Now, that 70 strike there. So we opened at 70. Again, that positive gamma kind of acted as support there. You got a little gamma above us, not too much. I think and what's our absolute
VSAT's trying to break out here on the 5 minute.
Yeah.
Taking a quick look-see. I mean,
look where it is on the chart too.
Yeah,
look where it is on that chart.
Right on top of that positive gamma.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm curious to see your absolute gammas at 82, so that's gonna act as your strongest pull in any direction. So if you're above, it's gonna
kinda seems, if this doesn't basically reject where it's at, it kind of seems like they're trying to fill back up from this drop that they had back on the 13th. This is just the 15 minute here. I don't usually do much long time frame charting because I trade on the 1 minute chart. Not much of an investor either. But this is looking pretty good. I mean, on the 15 minute, it's already bounced off that back test a good $1.50 almost. VSAT kind of looks like a good upside candidate. But it's a little chasey.
Yeah, I like where you're sitting at in that zone there, too. I mean, you got support there at 70. Your call wall's way up there at 80. Absolute gamma as well. Yeah, I mean, it's sitting right in that put wall. I mean, like, this is just like chop, chop, chop. Oh, up, chop, chop, chop. Oh, we dropped, and then chop, chop.
Yeah, this is looking like they're going to form that little U shape off of the back test. Because let's look at this just through scalper goggles a little bit. If I'm looking at this and it's a 1 minute chart on the NASDAQ, this is a long for me with a stop below 65.57, which is really far on a stop. That's really far for a stock. I wouldn't do that with options personally. But the pattern itself came down here, held a higher low from the prior month. Came down here, once again on the daily, a higher low. They didn't sweep out this tiny gap that they formed. They held that gap as support. and now they're trucking along to the upside. I wonder if they can take out that 74.64 and give it a nice push. But it feels, again, a little chasey. It's up 4.5% today. Any entries here are chasing for me. I would want back testing on a higher time frame personally. But I mean, it looks okay. Look at all that sell volume that happened on the 20th
Yeah, I know
yesterday.
that was yeah.
It kind of looks like it's holding a base there though. Oh, my busted ass scroll wheel. There we go.
Yeah, no, I was just looking at the heat zone there. I mean, you can see why it's, that's your put wall, that's your support there. And you just see, I mean, we hold it for the most part, obviously, of the kind of 2 drawdowns there, but I mean, then just shot right back up. That's crazy here.
Joe asked, on your GEX chart, you have both gamma and positions. Can you talk a bit about the difference between the two and how you use them? I'm going to be honest, dude. I don't even look at the positions, but Anthony does a bit.
Yeah, I can...
You want to give a quick overview of the positions?
Yeah.
I understand the premise and why they're regarded. I don't use them as much as I probably should. I mostly just use gamma and then the price action of the instrument I'm trading.
Yeah, I see. Like I kind of look, and yeah, just finish up on VSAT. Yeah, so not too much. I mean, just kind of Nick finished it up a little bit there too. Yeah, so like for the positions here, so these are the market maker positions, and like if you actually come back to like the main Periscope one, not the
my main village man
super dashboard there, you can see them down here too. But essentially with your market maker position, so I gotta flip back to mine because I can't do it on this one. It bothers me.
Dude, same. I need it to be on my super dashboard or it throws me off. It really does.
So like when you look here, so like market makers are long the calls here. So like kind of the thought process, like I think about it is, and Nick can correct me if I'm wrong, like this is how I think. I don't base trades off the positions, but like the way that I think about it is, okay, so the market makers, they have to stay delta neutral, correct? So like let's just say, okay, we're coming up to, we'll use this 7,500 as example here. So 7,500 has a ton of positive gamma. You can see what those market makers are doing. So market makers are long calls there. So to stay delta neutral, they have to, hedge off their bet there. So once price gets into there, they have to, sell to stay neutral there. And then vice versa. So like when you come through that negative gamma here, so like they have to cover more quickly. So like if price is coming down through here more quickly, they have to hedge faster to get through that. So like the way that I use the positions here, and I'm trying to think of because you're kind of thinking like almost 3D here. Like, okay, so market makers are, like if we look at 7,500 here, so market makers are long the calls here. I'm trying to think of a good way to explain it. Like
so I'll try to chime in and put some words in your mouth, whether it's what you mean to say or not.
Okay,
when they're long those calls, I think of it just like I do with just general positive gamma positioning. It's gonna act as a little bit of a road bump in that direction. Again, through these negative gamma zones, they tend to buy into buy pressure, sell into selling pressure. As we near where they're long their calls, if we see any price stalling out, I'm gonna fire off a short because they might start trimming off those calls as they come into a profitable stance. Now, that said, like if you look way up here with that big negative gamma spot at looks like 75.30, they're short those calls, and you can see those starting to trim right in line with the positive or the negative gamma positioning coming toward the positive side. I kind of see those as targets more so than anything, but I lean way more on the positive gamma than I do on any positioning itself.
So like I'll interrupt you. So like that's kind of how I like think of it there. So like when you see market makers are short, like the position, so like they're short 5,200 calls here, that means customers are long those calls. And like I try to think of it from the customer perspective as in, hey, if I'm a customer buying 75-35 calls, how do I make money? I want price to go up. Now, market makers are gonna, hedge once we get into that positive gamma, and it's gonna slow down price. And like that's why so like this last update here, like if I come down here, like, okay, I see a little action down here. So hey, there's a purple bar on 74.50.
Tired
market
of heat?
makers are
Two
short
NASA
puts there, so that
engineers
means
have the
customers
fix.
are that means the customers are long those puts there. So like in my mind is, hey, for customers to profit, the price needs to go down. Obviously this isn't a good setup because there's a lot of that stuff up here, but that like if you watch the Dan Periscope
I'm
primer,
about to
like
send it in
because
chat.
that's
why,
that
that's
was
why
like
everybody just heard an ad, because I'm about to pop that up here in a second.
because that was like the absolute best day you could have them there. Because I mean, it's SPX trading occurs out of the money, a big majority of it. So like that's why prices up here. Hey, I'm seeing big purple bars starting to grow down here. Hey, you can assume they're buying that put. So that's why not like you'll see in that Periscope primer because like he like
does give the perspective of the customer's point of view as well.
Yep. Like you have to think about it like, hey, if you're the customer and the customer is, anybody, it's not like, hey, it's just one person. Like somebody's buying those contracts.
Anyone who's not a market maker.
Yep. Anybody who's not a market maker. So like you can almost use Periscope like two ways essentially. Like, hey, where are those customers putting that positioning? Where are they kind of expecting price to maybe go to? And then market makers are, hey, if we come down here, what market makers are going to have to do. Like, for example, so like if we came down to that 75.55 and all that positioning was still up here, market makers are going to buy into that weakness and your customers are kind of positioning up there. So like I almost use Periscope more so, and you heard me talk about it in the lives here. Like I'm like earlier in the day, I'm like, hey, look at all that positioning growing above us here because they're, the mindset is, hey, they're buying those 7,530 or 7,530 calls there because they're out of the money. Like, yes, they could buy in the money calls, but and I don't know if they released like the actual like kind of data on that, but I know most of SPX trading is out of the money because you're speculating more so.
NASDAQ failed to make a new high a day alongside the S&Ps, and what a beautiful rejection. It is down
and that's
60 points.
And that's actually perfect because we were kind of talking about that 7,500 here. They were long those calls. You had heavy positive gamma. Market makers are going to sell into that strength there. So, I mean, it kind of happened there. But that one that you and Dan did was a perfect day. Like, you could not have had a more perfect day with that. Because it goes to show you, too, that not, red gamma doesn't necessarily mean puts. And like the position thing, too. Like, you don't need to have the positions on. I just have them on just because. Just kind of think of like, hey, okay, if we're trading here and like let's just say we get a big pop down here at 74.55 here, customers are buying that 74.55 put essentially there. So like just kind of, I think the easiest way to do it without looking at the positions is just see like what side's growing and like what side would be out of the money versus in the money. So like if we just come back to that like 2-minute one here, so well, maybe a couple more. So like here, like, okay, prices down here. Hey, I'm seeing big spikes down here in that gamma here. I can assume they're buying that 74.50 put. Obviously, this is not the cleanest setup for that, but that's kind of the way that I view it there. I started out knowing exactly what I was going to say, and then I kind of got into the position thing, and I was like, because I have it like in my head where like, hey, I want like, you think about like, okay. So the market maker's not there to make money. They're just there to keep the orderly market.
Don't get me wrong, they make their money.
Yeah, well, yeah. But the customer, like the customer is almost kind of what you want to think as like, hey, I'm building a bunch of positioning up here because I'm a customer. The only way for me to make money on that positioning is for that price to go up, or then vice versa. If it's all growing down here, you'll be like, hey, maybe they're buying puts and we could kind of go down there. So like it's I don't want to dumb it down to make it sound super dumb, but like almost the easiest way to kind of think about it is, hey, where's price? Where's all the gamma going there? And then your negative gamma is just going to act as an acceleration zone because market makers have to hedge quicker in that direction. So like it doesn't mean puts or calls. It's just kind of understanding where price is and where that gamma is related to out of the money or in the money there more so. And actually, I do have this cute.
I don't know if
cheat
there's
sheet.
much more we can expound upon on that. I'm
I
gonna be
no,
honest.
I have one. I'll drop it in here. I don't know.
It
if
better be
it's
quick.
No, let me.
We have a
Get it
long
here, 'cause
list
it's-
building up of flow requests, but I think you did hit the
Hey.
gist of it.
Hey.
In
Well,
that
this
10-minute
is-
spiel.
This is something to like keep on hand here too. Let me just grab this here. I've seen it posted in the Unusual Whales Periscope thing. I'm gonna drop it in our chat because I can't obviously post anything. I don't know how you'd be able to do it either, but let me where'd it go? Oh, here we go. Right here. Right here. So Nick or Tucker, you can see it, but I can't see it. But like that's I don't know if there's a way to like,
I'll put it on screen.
put it on the screen, take a screenshot of it or something. But yeah, it tells you what that mechanical move of that market maker is going to be and kind of like what the customer is there and stuff there. I used that spreadsheet at first, but I just found it easier to kind of think of, hey, what's outside of the money and what's in the money.
Fair enough.
So
That
yeah,
short is
there you
printing.
go.
I hope somebody in chat caught that shit. That was a clean
Yeah, that
rejection of a
was-
positive gamma zone right back into the negative gamma zone. I wouldn't be looking
right,
for a
look-
full flush to a low a day off of that, but if you caught that short, good shit. I wish I was in it with you.
That was a pretty good explanation, I think. I was trying to
Yeah, I would
think of
imagine
it from,
people
like,
got
the
lost
position
though.
thing. Yeah, probably. That's why you need Dan, because Dan's a genius with the stuff. Dan is a
Not much to
genius
say
with
about
that.
Fred.
Alright,
That is an OTC penny stock with no options, so I can't really talk about it. There's nothing to say. My man.
let's see. We looked at we didn't look at the MRV. Well, didn't we look at MRVI yesterday?
Yeah, we did. We did. And we got a long
Yeah,
list of
this-
requests here. And in about 15 minutes, I know Tucker's got a
Yeah.
nice little news tidbit to give us.
We looked at this one yesterday, and it kind of wasn't the cleanest flow. Ivy was all over. Fills were kind of popping around on this one here. Yeah, see if you could clean up that Periscope set, it's correct. It's just all over the place.
It might be worth
It's
doing
hard-
like a general recorded version of it.
Jet-
Because I'm going to be honest,
yeah,
editing that is going to
Good
be
luck.
hell.
Good luck. Yeah, it's hard to like explain your mind on what you're seeing sometimes, but like it makes a lot of sense when you start to do it. Yeah, those MRVIs though from yesterday, and just kind of all over, kind of far out of the money. I wonder
Still
what earnings
open.
on this thing.
Definitely
Yeah,
still
20
open.
days. Yeah, we overlap earnings for sure on that.
50% out of the money is out
There.
there. That's a
Yeah, you
strange. What's their earnings
need a
implied
good-
move? We could pop
was
over to
just
their
gonna go
earnings
check
page.
that. Was just gonna go check that. They tend to stay in that implied move. A couple
Yeah, but
outliers
look
there.
at those implieds though. It's got a 20% implied
Yep.
move. 25.
Yep.
Oh my god. So I mean 10%'s not crazy. It's a little crazy, but not crazy. Their earnings options are pricing in a 25% move one way or the other.
What were these? It's 51%
yeah.
out of the money. Yeah.
So,
need
like,
a
you
big
know,
move.
They could get a couple shekels on that. What's their implied volatility on that specific contract sitting at?
It was 123. So,
Yeah, I mean a nice fat
it's-
pop will probably print those a little bit. I don't know about in the money. It might get a little.
Yeah,
it might get a little
that's
tickle.
that's
Assuming they're
a little tough. I don't think there's anything Yeah, I mean, this name does not get a ton of option volume, kind of what we were talking about yesterday. Yeah, there's not much going on today either. All right, I'm going to hop through some of these requests here quickly.
Boing. While you do that, I am going to go get a cold beverage because I'm getting sweaty.
All right, let's do, so we got IREN here and then MU. IREN, and I believe I had some IREN stuff hit my tape here. Let me take a peek. Yeah, so I had some IREN puts hit here. So we got earnings in 37 days. So this, the 731.39 and a half doesn't overlap earnings. This is an opener. So that 2,800 volume against 80 open. This is definitely an opener. Nice ask side put premium coming in today. Negative net volume. Let's take a peek at this here. Let's take a peek. Yeah, these get a nice IV spike when they come in. Spot is filling at the ask here. Let's just kind of follow this up. Little IV drop here at the end. What's our price doing? Price is dropping, so I don't like seeing that IV drop with that price dropping. These are puts, obviously. They want the price to go down. I don't like that price dropping and that IV dropping. They are filling at the ask, and then you kind of get a couple tailors in here. Doesn't look like it's anything related to that, but I was going to say that order book's a little goofy. Yeah, I mean, I like the IV spike when they come in. Just don't like it at the end there with that drop, with that price going down. I'd like to see that IV kind of rising or at least staying the same.
My camera wigged out again.
Hey, at least it's not your computer that wigged out.
Don't fucking jinx it, dude. We still have an hour left. Don't jinx
it.
Oh,
it is only 9:47.
Yeah, don't jinx it.
Yeah, other than that, then maybe that 731.23 puts getting kind of hit. That's a little far out of the money, though, for 10 days. I probably wouldn't do that. Yeah, like, I won't tell you what to buy, but I can kind of tell you what to avoid, or at least what I'd avoid.
Yeah, all we can do is talk about what we do and how we'll do it. We'll never tell you to do anything.
No, I won't, and I won't tell you to avoid anything either. I'll tell you what I'll avoid, and that's kind of one. Yeah, that 10 days is interesting. I just didn't like that IV drop at the end, so like I would avoid that.
And I ran so far away.
Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Absolute gamma's there at 34, so it's pretty far below us. We are coming into that call wall here, so that little gold area here is your call wall. Put wall's down at 40. Yeah, we got that 3-day view for gamma's kind of messy. I mean, it's either way almost there. 10-day view, a little negative gamma below us there at 41. We're just kind of right on top of it. I like that 31-day view, but you overlap earnings then, and that's all on that 40 expiration. Geez, man. Yeah, not the cleanest looking setup here. I'm just dabbling in here. Yeah, I mean your put wall's right there, but yeah, look at all that net gamma on the put side of things down there. If it breaks below that put wall, that is that's kind of nasty. That's nasty there.
Nasdaq finally got a new high today. They held that 181 back test. Good for them.
Yeah, so IREN there. All right, not too much on that one here. All right, let me keep going here. MU then. MU up 8% on the day. Oof. Very volatile name here, obviously.
Yeah. And also, just since we're on it, I am pissed at Micron. I reached out to the Crucial department because that's what that hard drive I'm worried might be the issue, but I have no real evidence to support that suspicion. It does have a firmware update, but their firmware updater is broken. And I sat with a customer service representative for an hour and a half yesterday to get him to just send me the damn firmware file to update it manually.
Jeez.
That update shouldn't be the issue. Don't get me wrong. That should not be the issue, but I'm trying everything to find out why the hell I crashed yesterday. He jerked me around for an hour and a half just to pretend he couldn't hear me and then ended the conversation. So I never got what I needed. I reached out to their actual department and bitched, and they finally sent me the file. Fuck you, Crucial. That's all I got to say. You're a dick. You're a dick.
Well,
Crucial is also the one that said that they are completely stepping away from consumer grade RAM and stuff to focus on these data centers that I already bitched about this morning. So that's probably why their customer service is dog shit now. And I was pissed off all day yesterday, man. But Micron, I'm mad you're up 10% today. I want you to get shorted right now. I'm pissed at you.
Why don't you short it? Grab some puts on it.
Yeah, I have the balls to short chips right now.
Yeah, that's
no. But I got bones to pick with people, man. Crucial pissed me off yesterday.
Speaking of that, what was that SK? Before I go back to the thing, SKHY.
Is that we saw again? Those? Yeah. We talked about this one already. They're newly optionable. Messy stuff.
Look at those bid side puts from yesterday. Boop boop boop. There we go. Looking good so far.
Yeah, they're already pocketing 50% of that.
Yeah, and I mean, like even on this though, I mean, they're not. I try to think of an easy way to say like, hey, I mean, because you're not technically like losing because they're 35% of the money still. But like, I mean, you're not. I wouldn't be really sweating on that run up yesterday. I mean, look at that big drop today. Oof. Big drop. Okay, so back to MU now. Yeah, I besides quick scalps, like I'm not one to sit in a memory short that long.
I'm not gonna short anything chips related, anything server components related. I don't have the balls. I think something's gonna give eventually with all this hype and hundreds of billions of dollars being invested into it with zero profitable return whatsoever in doing so. Something's gonna happen. But I'm not gonna try to call the top.
Yeah, not good. These MU puts one day out 30% out of the money. These are gonna be a premium grab here because now, yes, they're filling at the ask at 11 cents. Now go look at your Greeks here. 36-cent theta on these things. And no delta. This is a premium grab. Again, not everything at the ask is, like a buy here. Like they're. I'll go out on a limb, and if I'm wrong, you can pie me in the face, whatever you want. MU's not going to drop 30% tomorrow or into today. I will go out on a limb and say that. So I mean, like this is a little hedge or premium sell. I mean like, yes, you're only selling 11-cent contracts, but they're selling so many of them. They're collecting 145K overnight on something like this. I'll take 145,000 overnight. No problem.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
No problem. But other than that, there's not really much anything else going on in here that's at least completely asset. These are, but 800 puts at 15. See, now 15% out of the money's a little more reasonable, but still, if they're expiring tomorrow and you're 15% out of the money, you're going to get hurt very badly. Because again, look at the theta on these things. $2.19 a contract. These are priced at $1.15. You're losing that whole value and then some on there. You don't lose more than you put in the trade, but you're essentially losing more than the value of the contract.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that you're not going to recover from that. Like, that's just, I mean, you would need like a 20% drop in MU there. And, anything can happen, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's probably not going to happen. But other than that, yeah, not much for flow. Let's see the heat zone on it. So we are up $77 today. Look where that gamma was, 900. So that, again, just kind of think in your mind, like we were trading opened about 929. So we actually opened above that gamma there. Kind of continued to run there. Let's see. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, that's just your heaviest gamma there. So that's interesting. Absolute gamma's 1,000. 3 days out. Yeah, again, 1,000 there. So I mean, price kind of trying to crawl up there a little bit. 10 days out. Yeah, you got negative gamma kind of all over. It's not the cleanest heat zone on this one, but man, that I would not want to short this. How do the premiums look? Yeah, and this is your kind of highest day of call premiums so far. since 7.6 there. All right. Let's keep her going here. Then it looks like Tucker sent me another contract here. Oh, Fermi. I saw these here. These look like a good momentum chase. They're already up. Sorry to kind of be a little late on those. 23, they're up at 27. Again, don't think of it as I made $4 for that contract. 23 cents to 27 cents. You're up. That's 20% on the contract. So that's a significant return on something that you're chasing that's already up. What, 5% on the day, 6% on the day? Let's go over here and look at it. Yeah, 7% on the day. That's a significant return on something like that. They're like, this was a momentum chaser here. That tape looked good when it came in because I actually saw it. Nice big IV spike when they come in spots, filling at the ask. IV increases significantly down here in your spot
it's
price.
Doing exactly what that last contract we looked at too, where it switches from descending fill to ascending fill. They're just nabbing at the ask where they can get it. It looks like.
Yeah, your descending fill. There's about 1 cent below there too, a couple in there. But yeah, this was a moment like something like that. You can almost, just enough screen time. You start to just kind of see things. You're like, yeah, that's a momentum chaser. I mean, you're up 5% on the day when it came in. It's up another 2%. But yeah, like this is something I would not swing overnight. Like if you take this as a momentum, I'm getting all these that same day, especially up 20% on something that's up 7%. Like I'm not swinging these. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But yeah, those FRMIs looked good. And then we got LMT here.
Limited. Yeah, I imagine things like LMT are gonna long term be okay. Unfortunately, there's a lot of discordance globally. And per usual, America kind of caused it.
Yeah. Got earnings in 2 days on this. I just want to see how that earning move kind of looks there. This one does like to hit an implied move, and it kind of favors the downside. Surprisingly favors the downside. I mean, obviously there's a lot of things that go into earnings, but you'd think, more hungry company would be profiting and seeing bigger spikes after earnings, but I don't know how it looks right now off the top of my head. Actually, just kind of look at that financial tab here. I mean, it gives you a little kind of breakdown of some stuff in here if you're like diving into that stuff in here on the financials. We're not going to do that on the show here because that's not going to happen. Not going to happen. But yeah, I mean, you look at their revenue, kind of see what's going on in here. But flow-wise, let's take a peek. There I am using another tab that you probably didn't even know existed on the site. A lot of bid side stuff coming in here that puts kind of the most decent looking contract there, 374. They're 3% out of the money. Again, you got earnings, so that's who knows. Let's take a peek at the tape though. Yeah, that's the first trade on the day there. Yeah, just not really any context clues in here. I mean, you're filling at the bid for most of it. Yeah, not really anything in that one that would kind of sway me either way. Everything else is kind of low there. Let's check the heat zone on it. A lot of oof. Look at that negative gamma on this thing. Oof, that's a lot. Yeah, a lot of negative gamma there on the 3-day out there. So we're down $5 on the day. I just want to see where we were earlier. Oh, we're actually kind of recovering a little bit here. Yeah, a lot of negative gamma down there.
Flush it. That'd be great.
Yeah, there's a lot of negative gamma above us too, man. I would not be touching this thing right now.
I do not like defense names because I don't like war. So Lockheed Martin can lick my unshowered taint. Except it is a showered taint. I took a shower.
Okay. That's right. That was the whole problem. Imagine if you hadn't showered, you could have stopped the dog.
You're right.
Stop showering, everyone. That's what Nick says.
That's the moral. And on that note, speaking of, let's go ahead and interrupt Anthony because I think you kind of hit what you were gonna. We're gonna do a quick little detour. Beep 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 beep. We got Jimothy in the house, baby. Tucker, what the hell is a Jimothy?
So in our attempt to maintain some sense of relevancy on this show, Nick wants me to talk about things that are not about trading. And so today we're going to talk about this little raccoon that has a birth defect, and he's kind of squat. So you might have seen the thumbnail that I made. And actually, what did you make the title of the Cash Panda Jimothy bought the dip? Cash Panda is really funny, actually. Wait, that's really clever.
Hey, what can I say?
So, chat, have you seen Jimothy? Have you heard about Jimothy? This little raccoon that people are kind of into right now. It's in the Jimothy lives in the Seattle-based area, and he's just this little guy. I can play some clips here from the.
Got a short spine, it looks like.
Yeah, he was born with a spine defect, so he's like half the length of a normal raccoon, and he just kind of runs around like a little squat guy.
And so are all of these are these just straight up people stalking this poor guy to get footage of him, or is he just popping up everywhere?
I feel like when people see him, they're like, "Holy shit!" and they take a video. So, yeah, there's one here of when he was a baby. Actually, this is crazy. Look at that. Look right there.
Dude, they've been tracking the little homie the whole time.
Look at him. Look how small he is.
Oh my god. All right, I love him. Can we there's got to be a Jimothy fund, right? Let's make Jimothy a permanent mascot of all mankind.
A lot of people are doing like memes of him, and I've seen like I follow a lot of game accounts are doing like putting Jimothy pet in their game.
Oh, dude, I need Jimothy mods.
Did that?
Jimothy mods. Let's do Jimothy Minecraft.
I'm just gonna look up Jimothy World of Warcraft. I think I remember that.
They put.
I think they did. Yeah, Jimothy the Vile Raccoon joins video games.
They threw him into RuneScape. Oh my god. Jimothy of Dune.
Yeah, look, there's World of Warcraft. Look at that. Oh, look at this. This game called Squirrel with a Gun. They put Jimothy in the Squirrel with a Gun.
Jimothy with a gun.
Watch him with the gun. Look at him.
Oh my god. People have more time on their hands than I give them credit for. I'm with it.
Oh yeah, RuneScape. Yeah, I think that's just art. I don't think that's like he's in the game, but
no, I think that's RuneScape. Yeah, they should.
They should put him in. Permanent character.
But yeah, basically, this is what's going on. This is what people are into nowadays. Sometimes there's like all this bad news out in the world and war and all this shit. But like sometimes it's just like a funny little guy that we can be like, hell yeah. And he seems to be doing okay. I mean, he seems like he's lived a decently sized life. So
he's living life.
Yeah.
Now he's stealing shit. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Shout out to Jimothy.
Shout out Jimothy. My
that's
man.
the news of today. Any reactions here from the chat? Anyone talking about Jimothy? You got any thoughts?
Not really. It kind of looks like they don't give a shit.
Oh, fuck.
Which is fine. Haters. Haters on Jimothy. Odilf. I can't tell if that's ODL1F or you're the Odilf of the Twitch channel. XOM breaking out. Homie says. Let me pull that up. Jimothy looks like Netanyahu? That's not nice. Don't do that. Jimothy's not a war criminal.
Don't disrespect him like that.
Jimothy's just a little guy. Damn. 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 God.
That's funny.
So mean.
I have something fun to show you. Again, another big surprise. Look who's back. Our best friend, Mr. SpaceX 731 330 call. 158%.
We did have a SpaceX request as well. But hey, this is short. I'm going to go out on a limb. This is short. Dude, fuck this guy. Every episode, there's a new slew of $330 calls being shorted. And this guy's just rinse and repeating millions of dollars over and over. We're going to have to go back and create a little slideshow of this guy.
God.
Because he's becoming the Snorlax's Burlington coat guy, but for SPCX on the show here. Every single episode, we see new SPCX 160 to 200% out of the money contracts getting shorted for $20 a pop in size. Like they're doing this with size,
and I mean,
and we've already seen them take profit on Jesus Christ, on millions of dollars so far. Like they shorted almost 3 million that we looked at yesterday. Like come on, man, fuck this guy.
Even with that 6% run up, he's not sweating. He's not sweating at all.
Why would he?
I mean, like another 700K today. After bro.
He's just rinsing and repeating these shorts
I mean,
on these FTCX calls.
Sometimes trading's a lot easier than you think.
Man, I can't believe you said Jimothy looks like Netanyahu. What the hell, man? What are you doing? That's
Jimothy. Jimothy.
Get out.
All
right, let's start trucking through more of these requests because that list is growing. We have a specific Netflix contract request here.
Right here.
Let's tackle that bad boy, and then we'll jump over to Webull, then Meta.
So this one looks like a lot of that volume kind of came in on 610. I just want to come down here and verify that. 610, yeah, it looked
a little bit of it.
That open interest has kind of been sitting in here for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Just about 400 carryover in open interest. Probably not related to that original open interest.
Yeah, I'm just
that's way far.
Here. Yeah, there's kind of a lot going on here. I mean, 200 there. Let's see.
I got a meeting coming up for other work, so I will talk to you guys later.
See you later. Bye.
Other work.
Bye.
See ya.
Yeah, it's with my boss. It's with Nick's boss.
Well, technically not, but like, yeah.
He's not your boss.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know which guy you're talking about, so I can't.
Matt?
Oh, yeah, he's everyone's boss.
Yeah.
He's not my boss. He
That's
ain't
true.
my boss.
All right, see you guys. Bye.
All right, time to lose Anthony's affiliate contract real quick.
Just yeah, like the 190 here. Yeah, like
no
you don't have anything carry over. Then you got 200. There's kind of a lot going on with this one, and then even on that 610, it's a big mid fill and some bid side fill. So there's not really
kind of hard to gauge some directionality on this contract. Those might not fit the criteria for historical flow. It might be too low in premium.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not loving this contract specifically. We can't gauge any directionality on any of the positions that have built up in it. This one would go in my shit list. I'm gonna ignore that contract. There's no way to glean which direction they're going for it. Like I hope they're short because then they're happy. Good for them. But there's no way to know for sure. Those fills right at the mid, even if these were a little bit cleaner, there's no way to tell where this open interest is coming from or how they entered that transaction.
Kind of a smaller premium on Netflix there, 256K. A little smaller premium, yeah. It's even if we would have been able to kind of look at the flow there.
And to be fair, it's 85% out of the money.
Yeah.
So the premium's gonna be low just because they're cheap ass contracts. But I mean, it's hard to say what those are.
Yeah.
I would almost lean short, but they're so far dated that it's hard to tell even then.
Yeah.
Netflix has done weird shit in the past. I don't know about just ripping 86% just cause, but Netflix has done some shit in the past.
Yeah. So yeah, nothing on that specific contract. Thanks for saying. Good example though. Really good example though. I almost like getting the bad examples more than the good examples because then you can show people what to avoid.
Yeah, it's like, yep, that's flow.
Yeah. Bull here. Bull. Looks like, yeah, heat zone read on this one here. All right, let's go take a peek here. So put wall is at 750. You can see, again, here's your green. Here's that put wall. This, more recently, it's kind of acted as resistance here. So might be finally starting to see that breakout here, 3 days. So we're up 34%. So, 770-ish here for the low on the day, or 790, 780. Okay. Math wasn't mathing. So again, that price kind of gravitated up towards that positive gamma there. When do we have earnings on this thing? Earnings 8/27.
I hope they
feel like I looked at that already.
I'm still pissed off at Webull too. Oh, we're right up against the wall too. Don't reclaim. Reject.
It's acted as resistance for the most part here. So I'm kind of surprised.
It kind of looks like they're trying to reclaim it though. I'm grasping at straws. I'm mad at Webull still for what happened with that futures account. And it's been like 4 or 5 months now, and I'm still pissed. Pissed.
Give or take. Yeah, this one, you got positive gamma on here, on there, and on the 8/21 expiration, 3 day out, you're already in the heavy positive gamma right now. 10 days. Yeah, I mean, you're in that heavy positive gamma. This is where I'd kind of maybe look for a little, again, that dampening kind of move where that price is going to get suppressed and
just like we talked about with Periscope, you're coming
Yep.
up into that positive gamma, tends to act as a roadblock, a slow it down spot as market makers sell against that strength.
Correct.
So the opposite of those negative gamma zones.
Correct. Yeah, I think of this, I mean, it pretty much is exactly the same thing as Periscope here, except this includes customer positions too. So while Periscope is just market maker only positions, this is all derived from open interest. You get it updated once a day. You can, if you do like kind of looking at stuff intraday, if you go to that spot area here, you can kind of adjust the strikes and so on in here and just kind of, maybe see where there's some attention on some volume there. I like to just wait till the next day. The read doesn't really change super significantly day to day, especially on the more mega cap names. But, you can come in here, look at that spot gamma here. Intraday kind of gives you a little look. I do kind of like looking not on the Webull here, but like your chart down here too. It'll show you where all the big gamma spikes are there as well too. So, just see that price. Hey, we're kind of, I gotta switch this to the day. I was like, why are we just sitting right there? Switch that to the day. So like here, I mean, kind of a clean view here, like, hey, here comes that price into that heavy positive gamma. And we didn't, like, you look at that 750 there, you see where that price kind of rejected right at the top of that candle, kind of came down it, held it as support. Now we're trying to kind of break through that as well there too.
Yeah, the overlays you can do on the charts are really cool. You can overlay the gamma exposure on any ticker right on the chart on site. I don't tend to chart on our charts on Unusual Whales, I'll be honest, but the fact that you can overlay this shit is extremely useful information, even if you're not outright trading the chart. Big fan. You can even overlay the put and call premiums on there, the strikes that are the heaviest. It's dope.
Yep, you can go in there and kind of change it. I'm not gonna change my theme for that, sorry, but
yeah, that'll be on the actual kind of chart page anyway, but it's dope.
It's a good little kind of view, like, hey, where's that price related to, all the gamma, more so there. But all right, so Webull, let's do meta here quick. Meta, we got earnings next week on meta. Seeing kind of Nasdaq put premium
though. I want to toot my horn a little bit about the levels that I've been scalping. Look at this 181 level, dude. It acted as like the coil point all the overnight session in the pre-market, resistance into, hey, let's hang out here for a while. Rejected, reclaim, rejected. That line is becoming one I might turn purple. Because look at this back test that sent us into the breakout on NASDAQ. Dude, that I got to zoom in on this. That is like to the tick on there. I think I might have to turn you purple, brother. You're going to be purple. I'm going to pay attention to that level just like I do the other purple lines of glory down here at 923 and 634. Every time we visit these levels, I'm going to be looking for a trade. That solidified it for me. That sealed the deal. That guy's purple now. Like, just look at the coiling against it as resistance. As soon as they reclaimed it, they got a nice pop. As soon as they lost it, we got a nice drop. That's becoming another pivot point for me. So I'm going to leave that bad boy purple, and we'll see what happens over the next few days. But what a ripper. 100 points right off of it. Damn.
Jeez. And kind of speaking of that too, look right where we rejected, right at that heavy positive gamma, because dealers are selling into that strength there.
They're still building. What causes it when somebody, what is the cause of price going through positive GEX that makes it go through sometimes rather than dealers selling and knocking price down? Just market mechanics, man. The buyers take the pressure and they run it. Nothing's going to work 100% of the time. Like, nothing. Market makers, they'll just reposition as a reactionary thing. If we tend to squeeze through these, they'll just reposition in real time. They're doing shit on microseconds, man. These are just the inflection points that I trade, and if we break out through them, it is what it is. I don't get back in that trade. It'll happen. It'll happen. But yeah, I mean, it's just buy pressure overwhelmed market makers trying to knock it back down. That's all it is.
Yeah, I kind of try to see, like, what's beyond, like, if we're coming into that heavy positive gamma, like, what's beyond here. Like, you could see, obviously, on not this update, but that prior update, hey, they're still building up here. Maybe it's going to act as a softer resistance spot, and maybe you want to look for something down here to maybe try to hop in and go along. Like, that's kind of how I like using it there, too. Because, I mean, that's pretty bullish up there. I mean, hey, we're coming up to positive gamma, we're going to reject it and stay down. Like, they're still built, and this can get wiped out very quickly too. It can drop off pretty quickly here.
Yeah, and that's part of why I don't tend to chase unless it's like a gusher to the downside. Like I said, I'm much more comfortable in shorts than I am in longs. But I tend to not play breakouts to the upside, but I will to the downside. But usually that's part of why I don't chase, because these inflection points, they'll give you another chance to enter.
Trump's talking. Red alert. Trump's talking.
Red
alert. Beep, 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 beep. Red alert.
Oh, what the hell's he saying now?
Let's see.
He's probably talking about what's happening at the moment.
He's talking about Lebanon right now.
I want to short with a stop above that high really bad for a pullback down to the 230s if they can get that far down. We're rounding the top on the NASDAQ here a little bit. Again, on SPX, we just rejected positive gamma again. This would be a tight stop if I were to take it, but we already hit our profit target for the account. I'm not going to fuck around and give any of that back. If I were to short here, my target would be pretty much between the 240s and the 220s area, this little flag that they formed before the back test breakout. Stop would have to be right above here. If they reclaim this high of day, there's no reason they can't keep pushing toward those heavier positive gamma above us. Yeah, that's all I got there. They could even hold right here. You see how they back tested that little part of the stair step up that they were forming? This could even be the bounce spot to another breakout. This is no hands on deck for me. We're hanging out underneath in the bowels of the ship. I'm not going to fuck with that, but it kind of looks like they're going to hold that little bit of support they formed on the upside. Yeah, no trades for me here. No trades for me. We're right up against that positive gamma. Anything can happen, but it feels like we're going to see some road blockage. Dude, there's no volume. What the hell?
Big surprise. It always gets me worried when there's very light volume, because if you do have
a couple big orders can really move that shit.
Yep. All right, let me finish up meta here quick. So ask side put premiums.
Yeah, I'm with you. Cause for concern.
8 days here. Heavy negative net volume. A lot of kind of bid side call stuff coming in here. I kind of looking at this 731, 725 call. I just want to look at it because we do have a lot of open interest. Ooh, this could be a position builder. This could be a little position build. Oh, big multi-leg here. Let's take a gander at her. Oh yeah, that's a big multi-legger. Ooh, it looks like they rolled these possibly. Let's see. So we got bid side calls. Oh, there's a couple different strikes in here actually. So, I don't know, Nick, you want to do this one? Some sort of 3-legged type of roll type thing.
Look at the open interest. Those 700s are getting closed. Yeah. I would even venture to say the 775s are getting closed. I'm not gonna.
Nope. Okay, good. I'm glad you don't sit there and you're like, oh well, let's look at the multi-leg. Like,
as soon as I see a multi-leg and it's not clean, I ignore it. That's just how I am. I don't like having to speculate too hard on any position I see fill in the flow. If I have to overthink it, I'm gonna move on. That's just me.
If it's multi-leg, I just move on. It's all, you're already doing a 50-50 guess on something that somebody is doing. Like, yes, there's a ton of context clues you can use, but multi-legs just add a whole nother facet where you got to try to, if they're doing this, and then doing that.
SPCX with another little pop up to 129 per share. But I'm not going to get excited about that because the all-time chart is still dog shit. It's down 20% from its IPO price. I'm not loving it. I think SPCX has a lot of potential in the future. They're spearheading like space infrastructure. That's true. But like,
Speaking of space, I want to find that short put that we looked at on SpaceX since we're on that there. Let me just go find that quick here. All right. All right, here we go. It is this guy right here. SpaceX. Yeah, so Meta. Yeah, Meta. I'm not really seeing anything. I want to see how that SpaceX put's doing there. Should be. They're still kind of just. They're finally seeing a little premium there. 88. They're down at 78 there, but 38 days, 42% out of the money. These looked pretty good. I think these are the ones I sent to Snore on his stream. Yeah, you got your IV decreasing here, spot price decreasing. Yeah, these look pretty good. These look pretty good. They're still 40% out of the money. Oh no, we found these on WhaleWatch.
Yeah, we did.
So much flow. All right, Meta. I'm not really seeing anything, especially with earnings coming up. Earnings move to just, kind of either direction there, almost on that. Let's see. So we did Meta, Webull, and then IBM. Gotta do IBM here.
IBM.
This one, I would be hands off with this one, just kind of with that weird earnings thing that happened last week.
What caused that net premium spike? What the hell is that? Found
this
it.
guy right here. Yep.
That
it's an
is
opener.
out of my budget.
It's an opener. We can take a peek at it.
I'm gonna say those are long.
Yeah, I'll go out on a limb and say that too.
Only 7% out of the money with 87 days to expiration. Perfect.
Yeah, big spike in that IV.
IV spiked. I'm leaning these are BTO, but they are out of my. I'm not spending $1,300 on a single contract, bro.
I do find it weird though, like when that stock price is going up and your IV's dropping sometimes. I would still lean buys probably on these. 7% out of the money with long dated after it just got absolutely obliterated from the earnings release, the early earnings release.
Oh yeah, that's who that happened to. That was IBM.
So that's kind of why I was like, I would maybe stay away from this until tomorrow when it's done, at least. Because that was a 26% drop there on that one. And
dude, it was violent. All because somebody opened their mouth early. It's so violent. Look at that gap. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, it was 26%. Yeah, and look at that premium today though compared to kind of everything else. It's not really a ton. It's not really a ton. Yeah, that's I would, when something like that happens, I'm kind of hands off for a little bit. Yeah, that thing got its clapping for sure, but I want to see what these puts look like. 731, 185s. Opener, 12% out of the money, 10 days. Yeah, because it's like it technically made its earnings move because it gapped down before earnings on the the accidental release there, but like like kind of the way that I'm thinking is, hey, well, the worst already kind of happened, so like if I this might be something I'd take a lotto on for earnings just because it's already got clapped. We already kind of know why it got clapped. Like, I don't know. I don't play earnings usually. Hey, maybe I'll take like the 10-cent contract.
Yeah, a little bit of a lotto scratch ticket. It goes outside pretty frequently.
Yeah.
It could be a good candidate, but dude, again, like you said, after that early drop, it dropped from over $300 per share way down here overnight on that leak.
Yeah,
like that's bad shit. Patrick on Twitter says, love listening to you guys while I work. Please continue doing this. You guys rock. No, Patrick, you rock. Because you guys coming here and hanging out with us are why I'm allowed to do the show in the first place. It's dope. Appreciate you coming. You're here. I see you in chat like every day, man. And guess what? this week, except for tomorrow, because I have a vet appointment during the show time, we're going to be live every single morning this week. So keep hanging out with us, man. Give the Unusual Whales CEO a reason to let me keep doing this show, because I enjoy it. And trading live keeps me honest, man. When I fuck up, 40,000 people see it. So I fuck up less because I pay more attention and I'm more responsible. So I'm getting a lot from the show. And even though we fuck around the whole time, I hope you learned something here and there.
Hey, it's you get bored if it's just. I mean, nobody could sit for 3 straight hours of education and just boringness. Like, yeah,
especially when our explanations end up like explaining positions on Periscope. Holy shit, that thing was all over the place.
Can you imagine that for 3 hours?
Yeah, I would uninstall. Home Alone says, "This is my first live, and I love this. I love you, man. Thanks for coming, Home Alone."
Yeah, thanks for hanging out. So yeah, IBM, not too much there. We looked at those SpaceX.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, not that contract. It's probably already moving.
9/18
September expiration. They might be up a bit today. Ooh, they're up a bit today, but not overall. Yikes! I think those are short.
Yeah, 55% out of the money's kinda.
Ooh, we might have an in and out already. No, go back to that view.
Yeah.
Go back to that view. That broke it down better.
Oh, let's go 14 days.
Yeah, 14.
Yeah.
Look at that.
1,000
Equal
there.
sized.
Exactly.
In and out. They're gone.
Yeah.
They got out yesterday.
Wonder if they were short. I don't know.
It looks like a clean ask to bid. Here they were back on the second.
God, you don't even
only
have
800
that
carried
full...
over out of that. Scroll up though. Go to that exit. Only 400 came off, so I'm still leaning that specific trader is gone. I don't know about the rest of that 10,000 open interest though.
The eye test on that's telling me, these two, I would probably say they're related to each other.
It's in and out. But I mean, the rest of that open interest, the jury's out on
big
that.
guy back there.
That is the rest of that 11,000 open interest. Yikes! Oh,
these were right at the money too when they came in.
I hope that guy wasn't long, so it kind of looks like they were.
And that's look at that candle premium of 29 million.
It looked long to me. Just this glance, we have spikes in implied volatility as these orders come in the entire time. I hope this person shorted, but this looks long, and they are fucked right now.
These were
those are dead, man.
Second day after not the second.
The second day after options launch.
Fifth day IPO or whatever.
That's brutal.
Oof.
Hammer said, "Did you subscribe to Trump's Discord?" I usually do catch the Trump candles pretty early because we're looking at tick by tick futures data while we're doing the show because that's what we trade. But no, I will not be paying $100,000 to a sitting president to monetize important news. I will not be doing that. I think that's really fucked up. So I will not be doing that. That's not cool. I'm sure it's fine. Monetizing government policy is always a good sign.
Oh God. All right. Let's. All right. So okay, SPX there. Yeah, that was
Oh.
Call expired with open interest. Oh yeah, that's.
Did somebody close a massive long position, or did somebody just short the shit at SWKS on the up day?
It looks like there's not much coming in today anyways.
Yeah, it's premium based, not volume based for sure.
Yeah.
Where did those enter? It could be that 200 open interest trimming off.
Yeah.
We're getting slapped right at the bid. 420 blaze it for Jesus.
Yeah, your IV drops.
Yeah. I think it's a closure though. Let's see where that open interest came from.
Let's go.
I don't know that we're looking at a new position here. Okay, yeah, it's been there for all year. All right.
430.
There it is.
Yep. Just make sure nothing really got handed off. Yeah, nothing.
Nothing happened till today.
So it looks like somebody probably tried to trail at 11 and 11 there.
There is nothing happening on this contract, but I think that guy that entered in April is out today.
Yeah, I just want to see how it kind of looks. I mean,
Vibe check.
Oh, look at that bid-ask spread on that
Yeah,
thing.
don't
I
love it.
wouldn't have wanted to touch that thing anyways.
I don't love it.
Yeah, I'll guess that we're gonna probably see a change in that open interest there. Hey, look at that. That premium kind of came.
I don't know if that's a
there.
good excuse, BK. Trump's also not doing his insider trading stuff openly at all. He has reported twice now over 700 trades each time, not total, each time over 700 trades reported late. So they were filed incorrectly and late as hell. And not only that, pretty easy to see within them that all of the tickers that he's dropped publicly, like Dell, like Intel, every single time he did that, he bought shares like the day before. Like there ain't nothing open about it at all. There's no openness. It's sleazy, just like all the other political traders that we talk about at Unusual Whales. But honestly, it's way more egregious. 700 is crazy. I can't remember what news source did it, but they broke it down into how many trades per minute it was, and it was like a good handful of trades per minute. Like it's fucking insane.
Just sitting behind his desk on Robinhood, just trade. I did like the excuse. Like, you really think I'm sitting around trading? Like, yes.
Yeah, kinda. Nah, it's not cool. And neither is monetizing your tweets. That's fucked up when you're a government official, let alone the president of the United States. I don't know how I feel about all that.
Any of the politician trading, that's
cool.
That's
There's a good handful of them who don't do it.
I could understand if there were actual better rules behind it.
And also to Pelosi's credit, a lot of that wealth came from her husband's. Because he's like a fund manager. Like he was doing that shit.
Yeah,
anyway.
he's like a fund manager.
Doesn't make it cool. Doesn't make it cool, but there is context.
Yeah, and I mean,
honestly, fuck them all. Fuck them all. You're insider trading in any way context. If you make our policies and then you trade the stocks that those policies affect, you're a piece of shit. Blanket statement right there.
Yeah, there needs to be better rules with it. Needs to be better rules. Like, I mean, like if you work in finance and you trade something and don't disclose it, you're in prison. Like,
yeah, look, they popped Martha Stewart for like 20 grand. She barely did that shit, and she went to prison, dude. Martha Stewart went to prison, man. Like, what are we doing?
But it's okay to report late trades when you're on commissions that make laws for the country
and positions that you entered before signing a document that makes laws for said stock. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? They have a $20,000 penalty. Just be happy it's something.
It's like a $200 penalty. Hold on.
Yeah, I think it's like 200. I think it's like, yeah, it's really low.
Lawmakers face a standard $200 fine for insider trading and reporting late. That matters when you're making $5 million in a month.
Is it per trade though? I think it's $200.
I think it's for the first one. I think it's $200 for the first, but you can make millions of dollars on one. What the hell's $200 going to do, bro? Like technically, violations of securities laws can reach as high as like 5 million, but you're not going to see that happen to a sitting politician. You're not going to see that happening to a sitting CEO. They don't care, man. They don't.
Yeah,
that's don't care. Anyway, moving on. Fucking politicians doing bullshit, bro.
Yeah, that's that could be a whole episode. We don't need
Yeah.
That.
I think that's about all we got on SWKS, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's not really much else with that.
We can jump over to Nokia. We have a homie been waiting for Nokia for about an hour, but that's kind of how the show goes. I'm gonna be honest. It's not like the Snorlax streams where it's lickety split, go go go. We distract each other way too much. We like to have fun. We sit here for 3 hours on our asses, getting swampy. We like to have some fun.
Who's we getting swampy? I'm not getting swampy.
You just look swampy by default.
I got the window open, dude. It's finally like not 90 here. It was 14 days of 90 degrees, and it's like
it's toasty and humid here. But we got a couple storms yesterday again too.
We need the rain so bad. Nokia here. When do we have earnings on this? Oh, duh, right in front of my face. Tomorrow or 2 days. Earnings in 2 days there. I just get so used to clicking the little tabs up there and just going to look at the stuff. Well, look at that big spike in put premium back there on 716. I gotta go back.
Our
and look
Nokia
at that.
homie's still here, baby.
Yeah, hey, yeah. Sorry for being late on that one. Let's see. Nokia put. A lot of it kind of expired.
Yeah, Nokia is just another one of those that's like, hey, let's reinvent ourselves and start getting invested and playing around with, you guessed it, AI. They announced some stuff in Indonesia. They also announced some infrastructure plans that they have. It's kind of like BlackBerry but different, but they kind of did the same thing too. Not as cool as the toilet company who makes RAM now, though. That's pretty dope.
Oh, again, alert! Trump's speaking again now, right now. Talking about Iran and Canada tariffs right now.
The engineer says the new law should read penalties equivalent to the amount made plus interest until the lawsuit's settled. I like that. I think it should just be illegal altogether, though. Just don't let them trade, period. If you're a sitting official, there's no fucking reason to trade. You're a public servant. You should serve the public, not yourself.
Yeah, because
there's a reason we have sitting, like, the salaries of politicians, like, they're good, but they're not so crazy that you're gonna get rich off of it. They're not so crazy that you're gonna work well past retirement age to keep getting that salary. But the insider trading sure as shit is. Like, there are plenty of reasons from power to self-gain that we have politicians that are 80 years old and being found in nursing homes after going missing for fucking 5 months. That's happened twice in the last, like, 5 years. We've found a missing politician in a goddamn nursing home. A lot of that is because the power and the investment money you can make while sitting in office, because there's no consequences, are so vast. We got people sitting in office for 60 years. It's insane. But yeah, I agree. There should be some serious penalties for that shit. But ultimately, I would prefer it's just period. Not allowed until you're out of office. It shouldn't be allowed at all. It's impossible to get away from a conflict of interest. It's literally impossible. You guys cool with the CEO of Unusual Whales? Yeah, dude. Matt's awesome. I just talked to him yesterday. I was like, but yeah, good dude.
Yeah, hey, you want to know how you stop politician trading?
French Revolution.
However much, I mean, that works too. But I was gonna say, however much they make, that has to come off their salary. So,
yeah, but why do that when they can keep pumping healthcare to charge 50 times what other countries charge? We can't have that. Come on.
We just no trading for politicians or family, because they're just gonna shove it to the family. Then, I'll tell you to do this, do that. If you really want people to, like, if you really, this would be impossible. If you really want people to help this country, don't pay politicians. Don't pay them. If you really want to improve the country, just like, yeah, because I mean, like, I don't think city council members get paid. At least I don't think by me.
It depends.
It's all kind of
depends.
I know the mayor.
Yeah, but we can harp on that for years and years and just get more and more pissed off. Let's We got 22 minutes left of show. Let's truck through some of these. Let's get Nokia.
Let's do Nokia.
Let's make the mood bright again instead of pissed off at our crooked ass politicians.
That could be an episode. You get somebody on that's really.
Yeah, we've interviewed a couple of politicians about it on the Unusual Whales podcast. We'll probably do it again.
Fun.
We'll do it again.
Yeah. And so once we get the next batch of late disclosures from somebody, we could, but won't name names, but
I will try.
Yeah, there you go.
700 late reported trades twice.
Oh man!
Like when that came through, and we put it front facing on the Unusual Whales website. When that came through, I was like, "Are we for real? 700? I had never seen 700 before, and I don't think anyone else on the team had either. That was it. Anyway, Nokia.
Yeah,
shut the fuck up.
Wild.
Insider trading's bullshit. They should all be punished. Fuck out of here with that shit.
Yeah, and it's impossible to follow them too because it's reported late.
Yeah. Nokia.
Okay, Nokia. Yeah, I think. Not much for contracts really coming in here. I kind of already looked there. A lot of it's already got a lot of open interest. Heat zone on it. We are sitting in that put wall right now here. Put wall's 1050 here, going to act as some support there. Got acceleration up and down, so there's some acceleration going into that call wall. I'm looking at the heat zone here. Again, 3 days we got earnings. 2 days from now, so you're gonna do a shot because I'm gonna say take everything with a grain of salt.
Thinking about it,
but
now I'm all pissed off about politicians again, so I'm really thinking about
it. Oopsies. Yeah, your absolute gamma is 15, which is gonna act as your strongest magnet and pin, no matter the direction. But yeah, I kind of like that 11 strike for this week. Again, earnings coming up though, so just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. But yeah, that's all I really got on Nokia there. Sorry to make you wait that long, and then ooh, yeah.
I mean, Nokia's had a lot of up and down. I mean, they ripped basically to 20, dude. Like,
yeah,
they're up 10% ish today, which is dope. But I mean, they're fucking all over the place, man. They really are.
Speaking of another one that's up here, looks like we got NVTS next.
Hey,
one of your
favorites. One that haunts me. The one that
earnings
I was
in 6
$4
days.
calls from $2 a share. Damn it. they got Nvidia news and sent those shits soaring without me.
Oh God.
Insane.
And not seeing much for premiums today. I want to go back and see what that 716 looked like. That was another one where they're kind of all expired anyways there, so nothing really long dated puts there that are left. All right, back to today. There's a lot of ask side volume on these. For sure, we'll look at the 319s because that looks like it's going to be an opener here. Yep, 440 there. Yeah, so this is an opening kind of position here, a little far out of the money and long dated. These are March of next year, so if you're like sitting in something that long, maybe, but ask side hits on that one. A little far out of the money though for me. How about these 724.14 calls? These 943. I do want to kind of just look at that previous tape there. Let's go 14 here. Yeah, all those kind of big spikes in there. So yeah, you're not seeing a lot of that volume carry over more. Really, so 500, only 372. Yeah, you're just not seeing that kind of full volume carry over. So I would assume this looks like a new position here. It's a little smaller than that open interest. I would probably be careful and check the open interest. These expire before earnings here, and actually these are already up there, so I wouldn't be chasing them anyways. 11 cents up to 19 cents. Yeah, I'm not chasing that there. See how that tape looked. See how the tape-a-roo looked here. So it looks like it's at 852.09. Yeah, big IV spike when they come in here. Spots filling up the ask there. Yeah, these already kind of moved there. I'm not seeing anything else really flow-wise. Maybe these. Let's just take a peek. Yeah, this doesn't look like it's related to anything there. Got 1,000 contracts. Big spike. So, actually, IV drops there, and it's almost a mid-fill here. Almost a mid-fill there. I mean, you're filling in $1. That bid ask is 98 to $1.01 there. I almost would treat these as a mid-fill here, especially with the earnings overlap and stuff on that. Heat zone read on it. Ooh, that 10 days got some right into that positive gamma right now. 3 days, we're kind of coming up to that 13 right now. Yeah, these both overlap earnings, though. All right, let's see. So, yeah, nothing really too much else on that guy there. Let's do WDC. Jeez. I get you some help, man.
Nah.
Get you some help or something.
Too expensive because our politician make basic healthcare out of reach.
Oh, no, here we go again. now we're going to be on to healthcare. Oh, no. Let's get some put premium back here the last couple days. We do have earnings, honestly. I think it already kind of reported. Oh, look at that. 18.5% applied move for August 5th. So a lot of this is going to overlap earnings. Bid side.
Oh, yawn. We still have 15 minutes.
Oh, dude, that was a big yawn there too. He's already kind of moved up. Heat zone. 3 days.
How are we going to keep 56. Chat excited if you're falling asleep, man? What are you doing?
Hey, you know what? Some of us are allowed to be tired. Yeah,
that feels already... reclaimy. Let me full screen that.
Yeah. Yep, and I mean, look where that gamma was, 525 for this week. We went right past it. I want to see if we rejected it all at that 525, though. 5.4. Oh, we were... Oh, no, we opened up slightly below it, but you can see how that price kind of slows down around... I mean, that's 530, but we just absolutely rocketed through that there. Yeah, a lot of negative gamma down there.
They stick the landing, though. They might take a stab up there again into those 600. A little bit of suppression, though.
Absolute gamma's at 650. Speaking of that, I know somebody said oil pop there. Yeah, not seeing really anything else on XOM there, but we were talking about that 150 level earlier, and we didn't want to hang out for that first one, but see how it kind of rejected there about that 150 again there. We were talking about that earlier, and now kind of broke through that there. But yeah, that's kind of it for that. I think we're caught up on the chat here.
Nope, we got NU.
NU. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I saw somebody blabbing in there. Couldn't, see the request there. I won't name names or anything, but he's not. He probably. Oh yeah, I don't know if Nate's listening. He might be. He's stalking in the chat. Who knows? Yeah, that highest volume name on the day is 14,000. But look at the open interest on that thing, 118K. I wonder if somebody is maybe taking some profits, or they're 8% in the money now. Oof. There's a handoff yesterday.
Yeah, fat one. Damn.
Yeah, big handoff there. This thing. Oh, let's go look at this. This is
somebody's been trimming this for a minute.
So you got 74,000 coming there on the second, carried over. You got another 90,000 there, carried over. Looks like some, so 6.2 and 6.3. I want to go back up here. 6.2 and 6.3. So here's that. They started to kind of take profits or pass contracts off that. Had a third day. Look at that spike. They were only down maybe for a, 60. Yeah, they were maybe only down for a couple sessions there. And just looking at the tape there, opener on the second, add on the third, 14,000 traded on the fourth, drop in open interest of 2,800. So about 11,000 of that stayed with another party. Then you got 6,000 there. That dropped off there. So I wonder if maybe that could be related to that. Then you got 14,000 there, about half get added there. Then you got 2,500 drop there. Yeah, there's kind of a lot of punting going around on this. So I think, and then you got 19,000 there on the 17th. Where's our 17th? Right here.
Bro's been watching out of these for a bit.
Yep, and then there's kind of a closer there.
That is a messy ass contract, man.
Yeah, there's a lot
all over the place. Here. A misreport by the exchange there. Yo. I don't think there's a whole lot to speculate on this contract at this point. Like, there is so much. Positions coming off, positions changing hands, directionality is murky at best. It does kind of look like they longed back here in June and have been trimming ever since on the way up.
Yeah.
But dude, there's so much. There's so much open interest.
Yeah, and they're 8% in the money now too. They could just, if the whale is still in, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they probably pass a lot of contracts off to.
I mean, we're seeing massive volume day over day. Like, I mean, just yesterday, that 41,000 volume with only 2,200 coming off. That's somebody else opening a position simultaneously with this guy closing his. For sure. That's what happened there.
Yeah,
There's not enough
definitely.
orders for it to be intraday scalping. That's a position handoff right there.
Yeah, that's again. Don't just like look at something and be like, "Oh, hey, all that open interest is still there," because this is a good example here. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this guy's probably out. This person's probably out, and even if not, and even if they're not, I mean, they're 8% of the money. This whale could exercise, or whoever's in here, they can exercise, and you won't see that until the open interest updates the next day. That's why I like kind of avoiding in the money contracts just because of that. Because like here, I mean, like if they were out of the money and just you didn't have any of that, and you see a big spike of 80,000 there, like hey, well, okay, well I can assume something then, but if they're in the money and they exercise, you will not know until that next day.
Yeah.
Let's do that heat zone read on this here. Ooh, that 31-day 821. Look at that dollar figure compared to everything else.
That.
We're down there at 13
almost 3 million
too. Yeah, down there at 13. Absolute Gamma's 14. Ooh, that's a little below us there. You might, you're coming into that call wall up there at 14 and a half almost, it looks like. And yeah, I mean, it's until we break out here, I mean, we're just kind of chopping on that support there. I mean, to see if we can maybe move down there. Yeah, it's fun when you see that gamma and it's very far away from that strike. I mean, for this, that is very far away. A dollar move on a $14 stock is pretty far. Yeah, I keep an eye on that 13 at strike there for 821 there. Because price likes to move towards that positive gamma, and that's below us. That's
got a ways to truck.
Interesting one there. Do we yeah, when do we have earnings on this thing anyways? 813. Yeah. 813, and what was that? 821. Yeah, that's post earnings there. Yep. So yeah, that's again, what am I gonna say? What am I gonna say to make you take a shot? Grain of salt. Grain of salt. Grain of salt there.
Well, what we can do with our last 8 minutes here, I know a couple of folks brought up that Bitcoin is having a day. Why don't we take a peek at the riots, the Maras, and the Coinbase to send folks into the rest of their morning/afternoon? I imagine we'll see some spicy movement on all of those. Yeah,
riots up significantly.
Look at that flow on 717 and 709 on Riot.
Yep, I was going to say there was a trade there. Yeah.
I think those are exits, buddy.
Yeah, that's...
look at that. 717 got out. Too. 717 fucked right off.
Yep.
10,000. We got 69.89 fall off of the open interest. That was a closure already right there. What are these guys looking like? I mean, they're so out of the money, man.
Yeah, there was a Riot contract that I was tracking. Actually, I might have it in my save list here still. I don't think I deleted that. Let me go find it here. Mr. Riot. Here we go. Yeah, it was that 724.20 call.
Oh, they're going, yeah.
There it goes. There it goes. Yeah,
they set through a little drawdown.
This one came back in on the 15th, though. This was back on the 15th. Let me just zoom in a little bit better on this one here. 7 days there. So yeah, I saw those on the 15th there. So most of that carried over. They added to that position there.
Nice builder.
Yeah, nice little builder there. But that 1800 on the 17th there, maybe somebody getting out there. But yeah, that's 109 up to they're pretty happy today.
I would imagine. Hey, fuck
pretty
that guy.
Happy there. Yeah, that's that was one that I I was eyeing.
Send that dude my Venmo real quick.
Yeah, send him mine.
Tell him hook me up. Hey, thanks, Full Metal. I even got in-ears, so I'm not sweating my ass off as bad.
Let's look at Coin. Let's go to the main page on it. Coin, yeah, another one that's up today. Nothing really new for flow. Wonder how that heat zone looked on it, though, going into today.
They got to be pushing into it.
Yeah, pushed way into that thing. Pushed way into that thing. And like, even if you look at it, like, go back to like yesterday, Monday, look where that price was. Right through that thing.
Yeah.
Right through that thing. And then even Friday, looking at the 7-day, I mean, it wasn't the cleanest looking on Friday there, but yeah, you can look at these heat zones every day.
And this is a really good example of external factors pushing back against the dampening calls of gamma. We got Bitcoin having a day, and every single crypto stock is having a day with them. But if you notice, Coinbase isn't exactly up.
Yeah. Jeez, look at that put wall area in this thing. That is just solid support there. Strong support there. Yeah, that's absolutely pumped. That's funny. Not surprised.
I love when we get to talk about all of these that we miss, because it's really fun when we bring up past flow that we looked at and played and it panned out. It's really fun to talk about why we liked it. There's something to be said about how fun it is to look at all of the shit you missed out on. It stings a little, but you got to get used to it anyway. And that's why anytime we look at Hood, I piss and moan. We look at Webull, I'm mad at them because their brokerage screwed me out of a lot of money. We talk about NVTS, I get a little pissy because all of these are names that I called out so early and then didn't touch.
You remember those NVIDIA calls that I took on Friday?
Yeah.
Happy I didn't swing on them again. That's why, if take profits when you see them, because if you would have swung while they're down, that theta ate them away. Obviously, you got 6 days on them still, but you see those profits, take those profits. I mean, that just because somebody's still in doesn't mean you need to be.
Yeah, play your own rules, man. If you're like, I'll take it at 20%, take it at 20%. Just because the whale's still in doesn't mean you should be. We see massissive positions go up hundreds of % and then close at zero. It happens.
Yeah.
Play your own shit. You don't need to stay in just because the flow you followed is still in. That could be anything. It could be a hedge. It usually is in that regard anyway, especially with puts. Just if you got money, take the money, man.
Jeez, we went up 2 million. We went up like 2 million, 1 million in the last hour and a half for volume.
No volume today, drying up, and that positive gamma above us is kind of trickling off a teeny bit, but it's not really going anywhere. You know what I mean? I think it's probably just byproduct of the day progressing.
Yeah. Look through my tape here quick, see if I got anything. Not really. A lot of multi-leg stuff, a lot of earnings stuff there. So
take a peek at that Google
chunk. This guy.
Yeah, it's pretty damn close to at the ask. Pretty close. We got a little open interest, but that's probably a new position right there.
Let's see.
Only 4% out the money. Slap in the ass.
Oh, I gotta get...
Are you gonna have another 20-minute coughing fit?
No, I was drying up there. Yeah, a little IV drop and then it pops there. Yeah, and earnings tomorrow. I don't even know how Google does on earnings. I feel like we looked at it probably earlier in the show, but it's kind of mixed.
Google be doing Google things.
There. Yeah, we looked at those. I think we looked at something with Google yesterday. Don't remember what, but anything else on my tape? Yeah, my tape's pretty quiet there. All those target calls came in and opened. Not really. Oh, they got a little pop there. 345 up to 370.
A little bit of spice. Still in.
Yeah. And they don't overlap earnings. Let's see. I don't like when that trades that first 5-10 minutes of the day.
Yeah, it always feels like the opening flow is momentum. They're just trying to buy into it. And we saw some of that on a couple of the contracts we looked at the top of the show too. Those are probably read by now.
Yeah, and I'm not really seeing much context in that either, with it being the first kind of trade there, besides they're all filled with ask. That's it. That's the only context I can give you.
We have one last flow request that we'll tackle from Hammer on Twitter. The Microsoft $410 call for July 31st.
Ooh, okay.
And then I'm going to give everybody who hung around for the entirety of the stream, which is about 120 people on Twitter, a handful of 15 on Twitch, and a spicy 21 on YouTube, and a spicy 100-ish on Substack. I'll give you guys a little homework to do tomorrow since we won't have a show tomorrow. So,
you said 731 410, correct?
Yep, that's the contract he requested.
Okay.
There was another contract for 722 of the same strike that got some volume today, but let's look at this open interest and see what that even is. Oh, that's a mess. That's a mess.
I think that there's a little too much going on this. You can't really see where somebody's doing anything here. But let me just pull up the other Microsoft 410 722. All right, let's pop her here. Yeah, a lot of volume, but not really directional to me here. I mean, your split ask, and I mean, your bid's almost even wider than, or a little more of your bid there than your ask. But yeah, there's just a little too much going on there. Who knows who's opening something? Who knows where contracts are being punted around? And even if that open interest does go up by that, it's still hard to get a direction out of this because it's
there's
pretty much
too much bid relative to ask, too much mid sprinkled in there too. These are the kinds of flows where I see it, I acknowledge that it's a popular contract for the day, but if I can't get any directionality, I'm not going to follow it. It expires tomorrow as well, and it's I mean, it's only 3% of the money, but that's still $12 out of the money on Microsoft. I don't know how I feel about those 1 days, man. I'm not a big fan. It also weirds me out that equities have midweek expirations now. Like, that's so weird to me. If you remember back when they started doing daily expirations on SPY, shit got so wonky for like 2 weeks. It's weird.
Yeah, that was... we built up a little bit there at 75.20 again, still kind of down a little bit, but it would not be a bad spot to maybe tickle that along here. You're sitting right on 7,500.
Don't tempt me. I closed my chart so I wouldn't be tempted to dick around.
It'd be a long, so you're good anyways. Yeah. So you're good anyways.
All right, folks, what I'm going to do now is we will not have a show tomorrow. I have to take one of my dogs to the vet bright and early in the morning, so I will not be around to be live. But there is a different show tomorrow that I always tell you guys to abandon our goofy asses for anyway, right here, Unusual Whales office hours. This takes place on Zoom, so you'll have to go over to unusualwhales.com/office hours. I'll drop this in all of the chats. Tomorrow at 11:30 Eastern, go to this. If you're new and you want to get a little bit of insight to the platform, get a little insight to general options information, maybe even ask some questions from someone who knows what they're talking about. Snorlax UW, if you don't know him, Snorlax_UW on Twitter. If you're not following him, go do that. One of the best dudes in options flow for information, learning, general flow reads. This one is really beginner focused. If you're not familiar with the platform yet, if you're new and you want to learn the basics, if you want to see a little bit more of an advanced breakdown without me interrupting the person talking over and over and over again, go to this tomorrow. You won't be able to dick around with us in the pre-market all the way until lunchtime, like today, like yesterday, like we'll do on Thursday and Friday as well. But if you're a beginner, this is the place to go. And even if you're not a beginner, it's a fun place to chill. It's via Zoom, so you will have to go to that link to click it and get in there. Do it, for real. You're the invaluable content coming from Snorlax in these little onboarding powwows. Other than that, folks, that's going to do us for today. We made it the whole episode without my computer crashing, so that's a bonus. Again, no show tomorrow. Hit up the Unusual Whales office hours. unusualwhales.com/office hours, the Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern stream via Zoom with Snorlax. Gonna learn a shitload there. A lot less swearing and a lot less fucking around than this show. Very good for beginners. I can't recommend it enough. Go to that. Other than that, folks, you'll see us again on Thursday morning. Same place, hopefully on time this time, assuming my dog doesn't piss on my floor again as I'm getting ready. And we'll see you guys Thursday. I hope you guys had a good time today. I sure did. Thanks for keeping chat popping. And whoever insulted Tucker earlier, I can't remember who it was or what he said, but thank you for that too. Much deserved.
Do it again.
Do it again. Just do it more. All right, everybody. We'll see you on Thursday. And that's all I got. Take care, homies.
See ya.